Hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make sure watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a barnsmith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that or Millie rock like a fan do. That's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
BROOKLYN, BROOKLYN,
When you establish a culture, that's what you do every day. Exactly.
Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Shout out to my guy Notorious on the panel with me. Yeah, man, we just going to study the game, man. I'm a student of the game, so I want to see how they built their roster, look at it, dissect it. Then, you know what I'm saying, me and Joey going to get to it. Also, the Brooklyn Nets, they dropped a video. They're talking about defense. I just watched it before I pulled up. Shout out to Daniel Sports highlights in the chat. But slowing it down for a minute. Joey, what's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Chilling, maintaining. How you?
Chilling, man. Yeah, man. Like we were saying, Knick fans are still in a frenzy. You know, they're not taking the loss easy. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ice in the building. What up, Ice? I'm finna to send you the link, Ice. But what's going on with you though with the OKC and the Pacers? Do you how do you feel about it? Just it being two teams that never won an NBA championship about to compete for one. How you feel about that?
Well, I'm not one of these front runners, man, or one of these NBA fans who gotta have the Lakers or a certain player in the finals, and
Right.
if they don't have them, they talk about, oh, nobody's gonna watch it, and oh viewership.
I heard a lot of that.
Yeah, man, I'm all for the stop hating, man. Let somebody else get their shine. LeBron James and the Lakers can't be in the finals every year, y'all. Like,
Facts.
damn. Let the
That's
smaller
true.
market shine, man. Like, damn, it's their time. I feel like if you feel that way, you're gonna miss out on some good basketball, because at the end of the day, it don't matter who's in the finals, because those two teams deserve to be in the finals, and we should have a good show. Period. They earn that right. So it don't matter about no market size and all of that. All that shit is irrelevant. I hate talking to front runners and hype beasts, man. Like, who cares about that shit? We got OKC, who is a very, very good basketball team, young up and coming basketball team. They was the number one seed in the West. They ran through everybody in the West. They deserved to be there. They got the MVP. They deserved to be there. I don't give a god if they was fucking playing out of Wichita, Kansas. No disrespect for anybody from Wichita, Kansas, but you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like y'all
right.
too focused on the nonsense. You feel me?
Yeah,
And
I agree.
yeah, in Indiana, they deserve to be there. They earned their right too. Who cares, man? I'm excited. I'm happy either way. You know what I mean? I was on the Epic Hate watch. The Knicks was the final straw to fall. So I'm happy either way, man. Either of these teams get it. I'm happy. I just want to see an exciting final.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is the second. I did the research. I'll try to pull up the content where they discussed that Miami and Dallas, Miami Heat and Dallas Mavericks was the first time two teams that didn't have an NBA championship faced each other to have an NBA championship. This is the second time. Okay, see, I mean, technically, the Seattle SuperSonics have a NBA championship. So if you want to count that, I won't argue with you. But since the Thunder, since OKC, since the team moved states, and you know what I'm saying, it like I don't. My thing is they changed the name of the team. It's not like it's the Seattle. I mean, it's
Man,
not
it's
like
not the
it's the
same.
Oklahoma Seattle Sonics. It's not the same.
Yeah,
It's like two different teams. But
exactly.
technically, the Seattle Supersonics won, but they changed the name. Like the Brooklyn Nets, New Jersey Nets, that's the same. If you change the name of the team, it's like, come on, man. You changing
Yeah,
the whole
I feel
identity
like
of the team.
it's a totally different culture out there. Like they don't got the same
Yeah,
colors. They changed the name of the team. They in a totally different state, different city. I
right.
wouldn't even count that. Me personally, I wouldn't count that Sonics ring, man. I feel like the OKC fans wasn't around for that, so they don't look at that as their ring. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
this is going
True.
if they win the finals, this is going to be their ring for their state. That the Oklahoma Thunder represent, even though they
That's
were
true.
originally in Seattle.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And ultimately, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I think that this finals will be exciting. I don't think it's going to be a sweep on either side, especially not the Pacers side. I do think that this is the classic. Does does defense really win championships? From the Thunder be stifling teams, but
Yeah,
the Pacers be running up the score. You
yeah,
know
but
what I
the
mean?
thing is,
Running up the scoreboards.
The Pacers ain't known as a defensive team, but they are a potent offensive team. So, um, I think
True.
me personally, like I said, I like both teams, but I think OKC is more balanced.
Right.
Both teams are very deep. Both teams can play about 8 to 10 players a night. Both teams are talented. They can run up the score, but I just feel like OKC has the edge when it comes to defense. So I'm gonna give it to them.
Mm. Okay. Um, and again, just so y'all know, the Pacers, they are a expansion team from the merger with Ice. They come from a expansion team from a merger from the ABA, and they don't have an NBA championship. So look, there are 10 teams that have never won a championship. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the first one. You see them right there. The Hawks. This has got to be wrong. This is wrong. The Bulls definitely got championships. I'm not bugging. Pistons. This shit trash. Hold on, let me just check. Let me look for a different one.
I'm about to say
Yeah, because it
Miami.
said, yeah, that list got because it had the Knicks in there, but they got two chips though, even though they was over 50 years ago.
Right. All right, that's what you. So you got the Nets, the Hornets, the Pacers, the Clippers, the Grizzlies, the Wolves, Pelicans, the Magic, the Suns, and the Utah Jazz. Right. And they didn't put Oklahoma in here for that very reason that we said. The Nuggets was up there until they won just a few years back. Uh, the Pacers. See, and this is what I was saying about the NBA, and it's still being exciting. they invested in a lot of teams that don't have an NBA championship to help them compete. The Phoenix Suns was in the finals not too long ago. You see what they did with the draft picks for Orlando Magic. Even though the Pelicans didn't win, they sent a lot of draft capital that way. Same thing with the Wolves. You see what they competed. They just in the conference finals. Grizzlies in the playoffs. They got a lot of draft capital to be where they are. The Clippers, you see how they, you know what I'm saying, say Kawhi, Harden, they got all that Paul George. It didn't work, but they still, you know what I'm saying, invested in them to see if they could compete. They did the same thing with the Pacers, and you see where the Pacers at right now. You know what I'm saying? The Charlotte Hornets, they a team on the rise. They got Jeff Peterson as the GM. You know, they probably gonna be good sometime in the future. Then you got us, the Brooklyn Nets, and you see what's going on. We got the draft picks and this and that. Um, so the NBA is doing, in my opinion, a great job showing the fans that, to Joey's point, it doesn't have to be the Lakers and the Celtics every year. You know, they're showing great parity. This and I'll pull up the graphics for that as well. But they're showing great parity where different teams are actually winning it. Um, Ice, how you feel about these two teams that never won an NBA championship, you know what I'm saying, competing for an NBA championship? What is that good for the league? How you feel about it?
Yeah. Just look how the Knicks fans was acting when they thought they was going to get somewhere. You know what I mean? Just imagine somewhere else that never won a chip. Like your
Hmm,
hometown is
good
going
point.
wild crazy just because you got a chance. You know what I mean?
True, true. So, do you think it's going to be an exciting series? What do you feel about it?
Oh yeah, because just like Joey said, you got two teams, right? One of them has a superstar, the other one has stars. But you know what I mean? It ain't none of your regular Steph Curry, LeBron, you know what I'm saying, KD. It ain't none of them. You know what I mean? You really have two built teams, deep benches, and guys, you know what I'm saying? Like he said, Indiana just run up and down the court, you know what I'm saying, try to get quick buckets. Their team is nice, and then OKC is going to try to stop them. You know what I mean? And they get buckets as
Yeah.
well. So I think the teams are more even than people think. I just think OKC defense is better. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're a firm believer that defense win championships. You sticking with that?
Um,
Defense
I
over offense in
I
this
think
series. That's what's going to win it.
uh uh that's tough. The defense might. I think defense might win it. Yeah, defense has to win it. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Yeah,
Defense might win it, but offense is tough though because they both got like super high offenses. You know what I'm saying? Anyone slack off one day, they gonna get blown out. You know what I'm saying? 140, 130, something
I
crazy.
think. I think one of the most interesting matchups is that Siakam Shet Holmgren matchup. Like, I think that might decide who win and lose some of these games, man. Because if Shet can't stop Siakam, it's a problem.
That's a that's
It's
a
it,
problem.
it's gonna be a problem, bro. Because I think Shaq kind of light in the ass when it comes down to Siakam, and I think Hartenstein too slow to guard Siakam. Siakam
Bro,
gonna have to play big, man.
can I say this?
Yeah,
Siakam, it has been one of the most underrated players in the NBA for a couple years now. He's a
true.
nightmare. He's a nightmare matchup, bro, for any team because like he's physical, so he can play with he can play big, but at the same time the man can shoot and he moves with and without the ball. He can get a bucket. So with that being said, I agree with you. I think he's too physical for Chet. Even though Chet got the height, I think he can bully him around. I think.
Mm. So what do you want to see the most? Do you want to see that matchup between Shea and Tyrese? Who you think the better point? Obviously, with Shea having an MVP, but Halliburton on one right now. That matchup that's gonna be a tough matchup. But I don't think they're gonna be that, how you say, that obvious. You know what I
I
mean?
ain't
I
gonna
think they're
hold
gonna
you.
put Dort on him. They're gonna
Exactly.
put,
I ain't gonna
yeah.
hold you. I think OKC got a lot of like little young pit bulls that can throw at Halliburton. You said one of them, Dort. They got Dort. They got Carugo. They got they got
Caruso,
the
yeah.
other they got the other young boy. I forget his name with the dreads. So they got some physical athletic guards who could really get up in you, no homo. I mean, excuse me, pause. My bad.
Right.
That can really, like, you know what I mean? They can
Get
really
it his
like be
jersey.
pet. Yeah, exactly. So I think they got the personnel to give Burton some fits, man. Um I think the front court is gonna be the factor, bro, on who wins this shit for real. I think Shot
Okay.
gonna get his regardless because he got a generational whistle, so he gonna get his regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, Leaf on the panel with us too. What up, Leaf?
What's going on, bro?
Yo, hey, shout your channel. Shout your channel out. Shout Leaf. Shout your channel out. Or just throw y'all link in the chat. I just be forgetting
I'm
sometimes.
a I'm a throw mine in the chat in a
I can
minute.
put it in chat.
Actually, yeah, yeah, but I just finished up some the United States Postal Service paperwork, man. I'm officially gonna be moving out of Brooklyn in July, so I already finished up all my papers. So all I got to do is just pack my shit, bro. Like, and then
Well, you got
I'm
you got
gone.
a job down there, Leaf, in Texas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a driving job. I actually got two. I actually got a second one lined up. It's just like some little side hustle shit. But
Oh, I thought you meant like you gonna be working down here as a postal worker or some shit. Or
Salute,
not?
no,
You
Leaf,
no,
just
man.
wait.
no. FedEx. They did a I did a background check for FedEx Express, and I'm just be working like close to my girlfriend, her family and shit. So
All right, that's
that's
what's up.
yeah. But I ain't gonna be a Brooklyn resident no longer, bro. I think shit. My whole family basically moving out of Brooklyn because my brother moving to White Plains. Cause and that's gonna be
Okay.
the last.
All
The
right,
only
nigga,
person that's going.
you better still be raising that flag. I don't want to see no Mavericks fucking hat on your head, no Spurs
Yeah.
jersey
Nigga
on,
said Mavericks, man. I
or
wouldn't
no
dare,
Houston.
man. I wouldn't dare, nigga. You know who you talking to, man.
Yeah, he funny as
Oh
hell.
man, nah. But I guess to talk on the series a bit. Um, I ain't gonna lie. A couple of
But
days.
no, we was just asking like, but the question I was asking the panel was, because me and you we debated on this too about how I'm saying that I think the NBA is in good shape having two teams that never won an NBA championship face each other for an NBA championship, and I think the ratings will be fine. You know what I mean? Because it's like untapped fan base. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers fan base all the way in. There's a lot of fan bases that's all the way in. You get these two teams in the finals, yeah, I think they're gonna
Well,
increase the fan base actually.
I like to speak more to that because I follow a couple of channels that's like on the ins and outs, so like a production of how the production of the NBA on NBC is gonna work this time next year. From what I'm hearing, Adam Silver is not gonna be the head of production. It's gonna be a young lady by the name of Sarah. I forgot her name. I was digging into the story earlier. So shout out to another YouTube. They made that video, so like he real in tune with the shit. So um, everything that you just said. Unfortunately, this is probably gonna be the last year you see some shit like this because the NBA, we don't know how the other people think, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when they put somebody new in charge,
Right.
bro,
Like
it's
well, I don't see why you say that. Like because my thing is they gotta try and see what happens first. They gotta look, they even if they chat GBT telling them what the numbers is, they gotta see what the numbers actually are. And why my thing to you, Leaf, is why have 30 teams if the same I don't know, some handful of teams keep winning it? Why have the other teams in the first place? Keep it a 12-team league. You know what I'm saying?
well.
Like
Well, why they initially did it, bro. Like basically, when they initially started doing it back in the '80s and on the '90s, notice, bro. In the Jordan run, bro, six teams got added to a six championship run, bro. Like it's no coincidence as to why that happened.
what
When the
teams you
book
talking
when
about? What teams?
I'm talking about Charlotte, Minnesota, Miami, Orlando, the Grizzlies, and the Raptors. Those are the six teams that got added during the Jordan run. Six teams, six championships. And notice, bro, like if you go back to that Jordan run, None of them Jordan Bulls teams had to give up anybody in a run during that time. They didn't have to give up when the Pistons won a championship Minnesota, whatchamacallit, came in the league, they had to give up two or three key players. When the Bulls won the championship, they had to give up two or less. And then when Vancouver, the Grizzlies came and the Raptors came, they had to give up one. So notice, bro, like there's a little bit something going on in terms of like who's making the money and who's not making the money. Because when Jordan started winning championships, the NBA was at an all-time high, and they're bringing back Jordan back on from for the NBA on NBC to probably do
Yeah, of
color
course.
commentary and do a whole bunch
Listen,
of shit. So
listen. The thing about the thing about Jordan that what people don't. Well, I think is interesting about Jordan is that he got a lot of ridicule and flack about gambling, and I just think it's because the NBA didn't make it cool first. I think that's how these corporations work sometimes. It's the same thing
right.
uh, in a different way. Now, case in point is I like the fact that Jordan is going to be on. I like his perspective because I like how honest he was in interviews about players and about errors and about who's great. Right now, there's this whole thing about who's better, Jordan or LeBron. And my thing is, I like Jordan's take the best. He said it's about errors. You know what I'm saying? It's different. And that conversation is more interesting to me because the errors explain why the rules change happen. Like we in real time, we seeing why the rules is changing because of the offensive player. What's a charge? What an offensive player can't do? How Trey Young or Harden changed it, or there's fans that seen Wilt Chamberlain change the league because the rule changes. So you know what I'm saying? I like just his perspective about basketball and who's great and who's greater because it's more of an appreciation more than a bragging talking point. I think he's gonna be a great personality on it, to be honest with you.
I think he is too, and I think the NBA is they put themselves in a desperation standpoint by putting everything back into his hand to kind of putting it back into the NBA on NBC. They did it for a couple of reasons. One is introduction and production, bro. Like they felt like they was at the best when they had NBA on NBC, bro. Back when in the Jordan era when he was winning championships in the '90s. Number two is that they wanted somebody different in charge of that production and introduction and presentations to the games and everything. So the stuff that you're going to be seeing next year, bro, is going to be way different than what you're seeing this year in terms of like
Excuse me.
certain markets and certain things that's going to be pushed. Everybody believes that the market is the teams. The market is not the teams anymore. The markets is the players.
Yeah,
So
but
that this is one of the
I'm
and
not. I'm
I
not.
just want to go further. I just want to go a little bit further, but before we even continue, but there's a reason why San Antonio is getting two top 10 picks in this draft. There's a reason, bro, why OKC is still getting a top 15 pick in this draft, bro. Like this CBA basically is like I think we're doing ourselves a very very good service by racking up picks. I seen the Kevin Durant trade to New York earlier today. I don't really approve of it because of Bradley Beal in that deal. I don't know if you've seen it. I
No,
probably reposted it or
it's a
not.
trade that really happened.
No, no, no. It's a proposed trade.
All right,
I think
hold on.
next.
Let's dial it back because I got Easy and Dylan on the panel. I'm definitely trying to go around the panel. Shout out to you though, bro. Gotta go around the panel, bro. You gotta let me run point, bro. Well, again, this show is to Easy's point. This is not all about the drafts and the business of this and that. This show is about how the how did the Thunder and the Pacers build that championship roster? Now we could all have the answers, that's fine, but I all want us to at least speak about it because I want to see how it's going to help the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, it's going to come back to the Brooklyn Nets. Um, but yeah, man, just pass it to Leaf. Pass it. I mean, pass it to Easy. You know what I'm saying? Say just kind of like, you know what I mean? I know when you
Just
get the
pass.
ball, right? When you get the ball, I know passing it is the last thing you want to do. You know what I'm
Remember
saying?
you was talking
But
about Cam Thomas and how the passes is different because he's not hitting them in the chest area. You need that. He need that
and
chest pass so he can shoot
bread
in
in the
motion.
basket.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I ain't playing years, but I could assure you, bro. Like I my passion is that a slightly if not better than Cam Thomas's, bro. Like I could assure you that. But
Oh boy.
bounce past to easy.
Yo, easy.
Yo, what's the word, yo? Yo, I'm hot. I'm hot. Y'all can hear me? I'm hot.
Yeah, yo, you clear. Sound loud and clear.
My shake. All right, bet. Yo, what's the word, yo? Yo.
We not talking about the draft. We talking about first off, how you doing, bro? How you doing?
What's the word, yo? How you feeling, bro? How the wheels rolling?
I'm good. I'm good. We talking about
What's
just
the
how the
wait? Hold on,
pace.
real quick. What's the word, panel? What's going on, yo? What's good, Ice? What's good, Joey? What's good,
Yo,
Beef? What's
yo,
good,
yo,
Dylan?
I
chilling.
just finished.
Bro.
Just finished all my paperwork
Yeah.
today, but
What's
I'm
good?
gonna be
What's good,
headed to
Edie?
Texas next month, bro. That was just my news of the day.
Hey, you know I'm saluting you for that, bro. I'm praying with you every step of the way, my brother. But yo,
Appreciate it, though.
what's
Or
good though, man? What's going on, man? Yo,
chilling.
I I got some shit to get off. I just got some shit to get off. But go ahead, Breeze. I got some shit to get off.
Nah, get it off. You know what I mean? I've been hearing a lot of shit all day about Nick fans, how they mad because I was right about.
I don't want to hear nothing about
No.
Nick
Fuck
fans.
no.
Fuck
Yeah,
them.
Fuck
is
them.
Them.
it ain't
They
that?
out now. They out now. Like you out now. You get stopped. The conversation stops now. I don't even know why
Okay.
niggas keep on keeping up the
No,
conversation.
no.
Niggas is
I
out
just.
now. You got cooked. You out. You in Cancun with Ant, Steph, LeBron. LeBron going crazy. Luca going crazy. Steph going crazy. You over there. Fuck off. Hear what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Yo, this nigga Breezy is still banning people, my nigga. He is still banning people, my nigga. He
Yo,
is
that's what you.
banning people still to this day, bro. I
What
have the proof, yo. I have the proof, yo.
are you
This
talking
man
about?
is insane, my nigga. Yo,
Oh
this
god,
is a communist page right here, brother.
bro,
If
who
you
did
say
I
something
ban? I didn't
crazy, my
ban
nigga, you are
nobody.
getting hit with the ban and the fucking stop sign, my nigga.
What
I
Yo,
happened?
have the
What's
proof.
going on, man? What's happening? What's going on
Hold
right
on,
now?
hold on. I got it right here. I got it right here. Right. Look, real quick, right? Look, y'all. For some reason, Breezy made an early morning stream cooking fucking Knicks fans. I don't know what came over this man, but he just decided to wake up and say, "All right, my nigga, you know what? Fire
Got
this
it.
bitch up right now, man, nigga. I'm just gonna cook these motherfuckers. Niggas trying to come at me crazy. You know what? First thing I'm doing early morning, cooking niggas, right?
Or,
Yo, my nigga fucking Reholler and King and Ruby in the fucking chat, they going crazy, right? This nigga Breeze tries to block Ruby because he said some crazy shit. He accidentally blocks Brockwork. Nigga, we have to take away this nigga button, bro. See, I was advocating for you to ban niggas, but then now it's at the point where he just fucking on a dictatorship now. He just kicking niggas out the
no,
game.
no.
I never been the wrong person.
Hold
Just to
on,
let y'all
hold
know.
on. First and foremost, I seen Brock work in the chat after that. I wasn't trying to ban him. And again, for clarity, it's two. It always says ban, but it's two. One is timeout. One is ban. Like you can't come back to the show. I do the timeout. I am. You know what I'm saying? I do that, but I don't never really like ban nobody where they can't come back to the show. And I have to do that to extent easy because if I allow SMDs and all of that in the chat, then it's going to make it look like, you know what I'm saying, I condone disrespect. And if I do that, then, you know what I mean, my page gets a misunderstanding because I don't want to be part of nothing like that because I don't really be doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, I don't, you know, want to ban the wrong people for one. But some people gotta get that. Some of these fans gotta feel that. You know what I'm saying? They gotta
All I'm saying
feel a
is,
wrath for the timeout, man.
all I'm saying is, the force may be too strong with you, my young Padawan. The force may be too strong with you. You might need
Yeah,
to put the lightsaber down, my
I
nigga,
thought the
because you
force
going
was
crazy.
stronger with me. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was on my gatekeeping shit, bro. Like the second that Knicks fans just started talking after Game 6, they're not allowed to talk over here.
yeah. Hold on, I'm about to drop the link right now. But go ahead, easy. Talk to us, bro. What you think about the Pacers and how they built their team, and then what you think about the the Thunder and how they built their team.
Which one do you prefer? Which team do you like?
I'm a fan of y'all too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening. I want to
No, but
yeah
I'm asking you right now though. I'm
start.
asking you right now. Like, which
Um,
team do you? Which play style? Which team that you
I
see how they
actually
gonna
wanted
make?
to
Which
I
one?
talk
want
about
you. I
both
want
of
you.
them. We
I,
need
wa- I want you to. I want you to. If I had to answer that, I would say I want you to start with the Pacers. I want you to start with the Pacers. I was talking about the Pacers, and you know what I'm saying because of the Knicks and how Toronto got OG from OG. They were together, but they couldn't pay them. That was my conversation. My conversation was they couldn't pay OG and Siakam, right? So they had to trade them. So they decided to rebuild. So yada yada, whoop de whoop. But I said all that to say, Siakam, that's what you want in a trade. He helped you get to the Eastern Conference Finals when he first get there. Then he help you get to the finals. Oh yeah, that's a great trade. And I'm thinking about all of the trades that happened. Easy, the Luca trade. They might be big trades, but what was the most important trade? And I'm putting the Siakam trade up there, bro. It's up there, man. That's it. What trade really is better than that Siakam trade? Easy.
A lot of trades, but I mean, if that's how you feel.
Like
That's how you
what?
feel. But there's a lot of trades that matter.
How about the SGA trade?
I mean, bro.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on,
one.
bro. Okay, so this is okay. So I'm gonna go down the list, right? The Tyrese Halliburton trade from the Kings with DeMontis Sabonis is way more impactful than this trade that you're pertaining to right now. Because right now you could have a case that Tyrese Halliburton is the most impactful and important player on this team. If you want
So,
to,
hold
if
on,
you
easy, easy. Hold on, let me ask you: do you think he should have won the
real quick,
Finals MVP? Do you think
hold
he
on,
should?
hold
Okay,
on, real quick. I don't even want to go. That's a whole different conversation right there, my
it
brother. Hold on.
is.
Hold on,
I
bro.
got, I got
But
time.
but 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 you said this might be one the important trade. I could even take a step back and said the Paul George trade for SGA is way more impactful than this trade right here because
The
that
Siakam
trade right
trade.
there just set up the OKC Thunder for what they are right now. So if anything, Paul George had a big hand in making the OKC Thunder and what they are
What
right
about the
now.
Caruso trade?
What about? Hold on, can I push back on that and say that Siakam, his impact far as winning with they and the expect meeting the expectations of what he did in Toronto. You know, Indiana at the time probably felt like they was missing one more player that fit the team that's going to help, and they thought that Turner probably needed some help because Turner want to be a stretch for. You know, he been in the league a while, so they wanted to
Yeah, but
transition him.
you
Bro,
told us
Siakam
about
was
impact on the court though, and I'm telling you about the impact on the organization overall. Like, look what the Paul George trade did for the OKC Thunder, the opportunities that it made and opened up and made accessible for them to even let go of some pieces.
I don't know, man. Siakam got
So
him
I
in the
mean,
finals, bro. It's not like it's not good, but I am taking it there. Like that's the only
I'm
thing I
not
got.
saying it's not good, but when you say it's the best, now we have to throw a lot of things
I'm
into the
just
equation
saying,
now.
bro. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and then this year they went to the finals. Like,
And I'm telling
like
you, there's some trades that impact the organization
They
way
had
past the
Siakam last
court.
year, though.
So at that
they
point,
but
when
they
you're
went
talking
to
about impact
ECF.
on the
Yo,
court, when you talk
yo,
about
not for
impact on
nothing.
the court, it's way past the impact on the
You could
court.
argue
It's
that
impact
Caruso.
on
You could argue that
organization,
Caruso
Yo,
trade
job
is
I
better though.
saw a
trades.
stat
Oh,
that the
Debbie.
I saw a
What?
quick stat that the last 3 or 4 teams in the Eastern Conference that did not make the finals one year, they made the finals the next year.
Say that
So
again.
I saw a stat that said every team that didn't make the Eastern Conference Finals the year before has made it the next year. So not to say that the Knicks gonna make it next year, but that's what it's set up for. Like Miami, then the Pacers, then the Celtics. I mean the Celtics, then the Pacers. They didn't make the Eastern Conference one year, then the next year they made it.
Jay,
Three
that's
years in
not
a
news
row.
that I want to hear,
But
bro.
but
Like,
but
I'm
what
just letting
about
y'all
the?
know that that's
Nah,
something that.
nah, bro.
But
Come
I
on,
don't think it's
man.
gonna happen for the Knicks because they trash. But
No, no, man. What about the draft? Is what they say? If you get the eighth pick, you get the first pick next year. What about that?
what the fuck is?
Oh,
I don't know.
now
I
we
didn't
back
see
to the
that stat. I didn't see that
Oh,
stat, bro.
all right, yeah. That's the stat. That's the stat we need right now,
I'm
man.
just telling you the
draft.
stat
Oh
that
my
I
god.
saw.
What
So
the hell did that? What the fuck? Wait,
Yo,
hold on.
he was trying to
Hold
make
on,
it about
Debbie.
us, bro. I'm just
Yeah, I
telling y'all what
know,
I
but
saw,
I
though. I
mean,
was like,
I
that's interesting.
Oh my
Yo,
god,
easy.
man.
Go ahead, man. Listen,
I got nothing, man. I
I,
got nothing. I just my brain just got fried for a second. I'm not gonna lie
Yo,
I,
to you.
bro, look at it. Look at the
I
past
want.
3 years.
No, bro. I don't want to look at that shit, man. If it
I
got
just
anything to do together with the Knicks,
Yo,
though,
but
no,
listen, like
man,
I
I
keep
lost my
trying to
no.
whole
tell
train of
we
thought
y'all.
too.
we
I ain't
we,
gonna
we
lie
was
to you.
talking about how
I was
OKC and
tripping.
Indiana was built. Let's just stay on that.
Yeah, man. No, Jay, we gotta go to Dillon
Man.
next anyway,
I
man.
told
We
you
going
this
to
is Brooklyn.
Houston. We
What you
going to
see, yo,
Dillon.
Leaf? Am I
oh my
lying? Am I
god.
bullshitting? I told yo, Ice, am I bullshitting? I told you this is Brooklyn. Niggas pop up, you just say some shit. Then we like, all right, fuck that other
Oh
shit we was talking
man.
about. We on this right now,
We
nigga.
done we
Nah,
done
bro.
got
I was
away
trying
from
to
that
listen
topic
to it.
like 15 minutes ago. Yo,
I mean,
That was
I just wanted to keep talking about how OKC and
I wanted
Indiana was
Easy to
built.
finish what
That's
he
what
was
it
saying.
was.
Because listen, all right. So
I
listen, what I'm
completely
saying.
forgot
I'm not going.
what I was talking about. I'm not
Listen,
gonna
all
lie to
right.
you.
So listen, this is what I'm saying, right? I don't like the fact that. Well, I won't say I don't like the fact. I like the fact that Siakam came there and he met expectations. They felt like they was missing a player, and he helped them compete and get to. He got the Knicks out of the way. The Knicks was the next team up. The Pacers was the surprise. You know what I'm saying? The Pacers was the one that was a surprise. So that being said, I feel like at the end of the day, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I just know that sound, man. I know what that is, man. I'm tripping, bro. But
All
listen.
right, let me go on mute real quick. Let me go on mute, son. Hold on, let me go on mute, son. Hold on.
No,
I forgot what I was talking about too.
you
So,
can't roll up silently like me.
no. This nigga Breeze. Every time my crusher like crack together, you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga
Hmm
Breeze. Oh shit,
I
nigga.
can
I hear
hear
you,
it, bro.
nigga. Oh
That's what
shit,
I'm
nigga. And then
saying.
he gotta
It's
put
like
me on
you know
blast, my
what
nigga.
it's like.
He
You
gotta
know
put
what
me on
time it
blast.
is. Pass that shit.
No, but Jay, hear what I'm saying? I gotta
Yeah,
get
come
put on
on,
blast though. You
man.
know what I'm saying? I gotta get put on
I,
blast. Yeah, I know what
yo, I
time it is
didn't
out here.
laugh
That's
on
nobody
purpose,
know.
bro. It's
Look,
just
look,
automatic,
nobody
bro.
don't know
That's
what's
all it
going
is,
on,
bro.
and if you know, you know. Yo, real quick.
Bro,
Hold on,
like I
I'm gonna
said, I
pass this
wasn't
rock
trying
to
to
Dylan. Let me
intentionally
pass.
laugh. I didn't want to change the subject. I was making a good point about why I like the Pacers and I added Siakam. I mean, not I added the Pacers added Siakam, and I mean, I thought, you know what I mean? They maneuvered in the front office the right way. He went to the right team. He said he was going. What they said? They said he was going to stay. They didn't know if he was going to stay, but he said he was going to stay. He decided to stay, and then the very next year they get to the finals. Yo, I understand that Luca was supposed to help LeBron and whatever. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got washed up. You know what I mean? Like, what you want me to tell you? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like
It was only
when
the
you
first
talk
year.
about
Next
the
year they'll
quote
be all right.
unquote big trades, I want Siakam's trade to the Pacers to be in there, man. I think it's bigger than that OG trade to the Knicks. Since you mentioned them, I think is there's a lot of trades that happen, but I
Bro, we
can't
talking about
put no one
once.
else.
We talking about
No,
once
no,
right now. I want that trade to be bigger than the OG. Like, is that's what's going on right now? Like, you want this trade to be bigger than certain trades? Like,
no, I'm saying
why?
there's expectations when players get traded to the team, and Siakam met those expectations. Bro, he was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, bro. He scored a 30 piece like twice in
This is
six
what
games.
I'm saying about accolades now. You see, this is why I don't like
It's not
accolades
about
now, bro.
accolades,
Because
bro.
the
He
nigga
scored
hear that
30
shit and he
twice.
just so we can't say the
Who's a
same thing
better
about
trade then?
Tyrese
So
Halliburton.
so
He had
you
a triple double. He
so
had a
hold on,
triple double with 0 assists. Nobody in the history of the game even have that stat line. So I can even make the point for Halliburton to even get this Eastern
With
Conference
zero
Finals MVP
turnovers, you meant.
with zero, yeah, with zero turnovers,
I'm
30
with you,
plus
bro.
points, 10 plus rebounds, 10 plus assists, 12 plus assists with no turnovers and crucial minutes. Bro,
Mhm.
I could make an argument for Siakam, but all because we hit Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Oh man, he like bro, the other guy could have
Yo,
got it right there too. So what
yo,
we
just
But
saying?
cause just cause you bigging up
yeah,
Halliburton, another random stat. Did you see that they said that if Halliburton was in the Super Bowl with those numbers that you just said, he would have had the third highest quarterback rating of all time, making that many passes to that many interceptions.
Well,
No
I don't know. I don't.
no
I
That's
don't.
that's some crazy shit. I ain't
Yeah,
never
I
seen
mean,
them put somebody's stat against
somebody.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody at ESPN or one of them stations had to be doing some crazy math to put that together,
I said,
bro.
what the fuck, bro? But that's how many
Yo,
passes he made. Like his assist to turnover ratio is crazy.
Yeah, but we got to. But this is the part where we got to slow it down because he's going up against a team that forces turnovers all day. So I mean, that's gonna be a different ball game. That nigga might go from Halliburton to Halliburton in seconds, bro. Like, listen, it is
I,
what it
I
is.
watched I watched a 2K simulation of the finals earlier. It said that the Pacers are going to win the first two, and then they're going to lose in seven.
That's insane, bro.
That's
That's what
insane.
that's what it
hold
is.
on, y'all. Hold on, we ain't go to Dylan yet. You Dylan, you there?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. We just, you know, I'm just looking at these rosters, seeing which players was traded there. You know what I mean? What trade was more important? But Easy make a good point about Halliburton, you know, because that was a trade for Sabonis. So yeah, I don't really want to debate that, but
I know
I
one
don't know.
person that's not happy about that trade.
You see how this nigga wanted to do?
Who?
that?
This nigga
Oh
Bridges.
no, Easy know how I'm talking about.
Oh, Big
Yeah,
Ox.
man.
That nigga Bobby is pissed.
Yeah, but
Well, he in love with
yeah,
Domas, so he gonna have to just he just holding on to that love. So
He was not happy after that playback, bro. That nigga was irate.
hold on, yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
I
the big
told the
guys.
niggas to keep both of them niggas. And he looked at me crazy like, oh,
That's
he
that's
said
the
you
I, I
gotta
met
keep Domas, bro. I'm
that,
like, all
that
right, my nigga. All right.
and if Indiana wins this shit, bro, that's gonna be the worst thing that ever happened to this man, bro. He gonna be looking for a way out of Sacramento. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, hold on, man. Hold on. Big Ox ain't here to defend himself, man. Hold it down, man.
Man,
Like,
fuck that.
yo,
That's what I said.
shout the Big Ox. You gotta do like
He know
Benny
to find
Hannes,
me.
Man.
He
You
gonna
gotta
pop with
cook
me.
them
He
when
could
they
pop up
right
on me.
there
He
in
could
front
pop
of
up
you,
Man,
on me.
man.
he know where to find me, man.
Shout the Big Ox. I don't be trying to cook Big Ox. I be trying to
I gotta
talk
What
get
the
basketball
him
to Big
fuck
Ox.
you mean? This nigga be cooking fucking New York and Brooklyn left and right, nigga. Why
all the
you
Right.
gotta
time,
stand on your
Oh
nuts, my
nah.
all the
nigga?
time,
Oh
I'm
all the
sorry,
nah,
but
time.
nah,
hold up.
not
I'm
when I'm
sorry, but
around.
you can't get cooked by somebody named Big Ox. I'm sorry. That's not how that works. That's crazy.
All I could tell you is, bro, he like at least a 6'9". He got two left feet, bro, and he black as fuck with dreads.
Man, stop being afraid to have little 6'9" shit, man. You better stand on your nuts.
Hey,
I'm not
nah.
scared of
If he
it,
That's a
bro.
different type of
if he
6'9".
6'9" for real, that's a nigga you call Big Ox.
That is a nigga that you call. Nah, he is 6'9" for
Yeah,
real.
Shit.
yeah.
I ain't gonna
No,
lie, he is
I'm telling
6'9".
you,
I ain't gonna hold it.
I met Big
Nah,
Ox.
nah,
He 6'9".
Bobby 6'9" for real.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah. Nah, I'm telling you, I met Big Ox.
But hey,
I ain't
we Brooklyn, nigga.
he
Ain't no
was.
bitch in my soul, my nigga. You heard me? Ain't no bitch in our soul, nigga.
He
You hear
gonna
me?
look up and you gonna be like, oh, never mind, I'm a bitch.
Man, man,
Nah,
he taller than some of them niggas y'all trying to draft, man.
nah.
Not
But
every
nah,
He
player
but
I'm
I'm
said
trying to
just
draft
saying
is six
that.
he
seven
ain't
But
nine.
talk.
is the height real? The
Nigga
height is
said he
real.
taller. Nah, the height is real.
Nah, the height is real.
The
That nigga
height
is
is
tall.
real.
He at least 6'8", bro. The
we
height
gonna
is
get
real,
we gonna
bro.
get Rasheed Fleming or Big Ox, man. What we doing?
Big
Yo,
Ox
nah,
need to
We
seriously,
sit
ain't
bro.
getting
down.
none of them niggas, man. Point me to the direction of Danny Wolf.
Mm,
I was
yeah,
just
You
nah,
joking,
take Big
man.
Ox 10 years ago, man. We gotta get the Ox
right.
from 10 years ago. His legs is cooked right now. It's cooked.
That's a fact.
Yeah, hold
That
on.
nigga
Shout out
got
to
two
Big
left
Ox.
feet. He cannot move.
Now, if we get the Ox from 10 years ago, now we talking about some shit right now. I ain't gonna hold you. We talking about some shit,
Give
nigga.
me Ox from
Yo, man,
15
can y'all
years ago.
relax with Big Ox, man? He not here, man.
Man,
Take
fuck
it
that.
easy, man.
I bet he in the chat right now listening,
He
man.
probably is in the chat
He know
watching
why
right
I'm
now.
going off like this too, bro. He know why I'm going off like this
Yep.
too, bro. He know what's going on. He know what's going on,
He
bro.
stayed talking
Y'all
about New
not
York,
gonna
how
show,
the
yo, bro.
infrastructure is
Show Big
bad and
Ox
all
them
types of
grapes,
shit.
man. Y'all wilding right now, man.
Stay on
Like
Man,
topic,
stop
Dylan
bro.
picking
don't
up for
even.
fucking Big
Dylan,
Ox and pick up for
Can't stay
I'm
Brooklyn,
on
not
my nigga.
taking
topic,
up
What's
for
bro.
going
Big
on right
Ox.
now?
I'm just saying he
What's
not
going on
here,
right
bro.
now?
Now
What
stay
you
on
want me to?
topic.
Breezy, what you
Yeah,
fail to
look,
understand, bro,
Dylan.
is when
Dylan don't even know who Big Ox is.
Me and Easy got a thing doing, bro. If we got to elbow a
No,
tall
I
nigga
don't.
upside the head, bro,
No,
like then that's got what's got to
no,
be done.
It got
no,
to be
man. I'm
done. It
running.
has to
I
happen.
hit that nigga with a
No,
Ryu
man.
uppercut if
Listen.
I
Hold
need to,
on,
bro.
hold
No.
on. But
I'm
if you
running
got
point. I
Dylan
don't
on the
need you and
panel,
Easy
he ain't
taking
talk,
wild
man.
ass shots
He
at
gotta
Big
talk,
I
Ox,
will
bro.
man.
tackle that nigga to the fucking ground.
He
Fuck
gotta
it.
Yo,
Straight up.
No,
just let this
man.
nigga
Right
Breeze
to the fucking
talk,
ground.
yo.
Make it feel like a
No,
Mac trucking.
no, man. I'm
Y'all
running
got
point.
y'all
I
That's all
shit
it
already
got.
off.
That's
This
what has to happen,
right.
nigga.
Yeah,
y'all
That
y'all
nigga
got
just
y'all
Hulk
shit
man.
Hogan
off.
Big
leg
Ox. How
drop.
much
Yo, put
time
y'all
that
shit
nigga trying
on
to
mute,
give Big
bro.
Ox?
Put y'all shit on mute. Yeah.
Word. Yeah, that's a good idea right about now.
You see what I'm talking about? Chat. You see what I'm talking about? He about to do it.
Bro, y'all talking about Big Ox not here to defend himself. Y'all want me to let y'all go off on Big Ox, bro? Let him wallow in his sorrow, bro. They had
the man said Brooklyn got fucking rats running in and out their restaurants, my nigga. You think I'm about to let that shit fly, nigga? Stop this, my nigga. Yo, all right, my nigga. Yo. Now we got ask questions about Breezy now, bro. We got ask questions about Breezy now, cause you see what I'm doing for Brooklyn, nigga. I'm on the street fucking defending this motherfucking shit right here.
It's crazy out here,
nigga. Even when fucking the Knicks going crazy, I'm outside black and white, nigga. Breezy out here defending the fucking Kings fan, nigga. A Kings fan?
Nah, he just trying to get the Dylan on the panel. You know what I mean? Let him chop it up. That's all.
Exactly. That's all I was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what y'all was talking about. Y'all had an inside joke and I wasn't even in it. You know what I'm saying? Word. So again, man, shout out to Big Ox. When you pull up, we gonna cook. You know that shit. We ain't letting that shit slide. But for now, we'll give you grace. We don't see you in the chat and shit like that. Word. But boss, that's never, man. I'm out here doing content regular basis, always out here. I can never make the Brooklyn look weak. It's not what I do. It's not who I am. I put in work. I got 1,700 videos. It's no way somebody doing that much work. I'll work like I'm just working hard, man. I'm out working my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. The draft, we've been waiting for the draft. This closest we've been to the draft. The season is over. We finna get there, but not yet. Because I want to talk about also like not just the trades to the Thunder and the Pacers, but the draft picks too, and how they got a combination of both of them, and it got them where they at. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to see like who helped who more. But it's like, yeah, you can say whatever about the Thunder, but them adding Caruso and Hartenstein was big. And I don't think Hartenstein was a trade though, right? Dylan, he wasn't a trade, right?
No, he's a free agent.
Free agent signing.
And Caruso was a trade for Giddey though.
Let's talk about that
Yeah,
Caruso
Caruso
trade, bro. Because
yeah,
I put them niggas over. Yeah, let's talk
Caruso
about
be
that.
locking shit up, man.
If it wasn't for him, they don't get out of that Denver series.
Nigga Leaf over there munching.
Right, yo, hold on, right? Let Dylan talk, man. Yo, man, y'all niggas don't know how to pass the ball, man. Y'all stop.
Niggas pass the ball. You just fucking came back and chucked the rock out of niggas' hand, bro. Stop blaming that on us, bro. Stop blaming that on us, bro. Stop blaming that on us, bro.
I'm running point, man. Listen, this is what I'm saying. Listen, easy is like the center. You know what I mean? Because he's right in the middle. So I just said that. Leaf is the shooting guard taking the most shots. Pause. Ice, be, you know what I'm saying? Ice is like a point guard too, you know what I'm saying? Joey can run all, you know what I'm saying? Any I don't want to say what I was about to say, but I'm just saying Joey a good teammate, you know what I'm saying? He don't be trying to chuck, you know what I mean?
Joey a good energy guy? Yeah, glue guy?
Glue guy.
Yeah.
And this nigga trying to be Cam Thomas, nigga. This nigga chucking the rock. Pass the rock to Dylan, nigga. Pass the rock to Dylan.
I'm trying to pass it, man.
He's trying to outline fucking roles and shit. Dylan got his role, bro. He know what he do.
Right, like, man, yo, if you chewing, man, don't chew at chew. I don't get to chew, man, but don't cut somebody off and chew at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you want to chew and cut somebody off at the same time. Like, it's not even your goal. You want to chew and cut somebody off, man. Yo, y'all gotta have podcast.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Y'all guys are funny, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dylan. Now we just talking about just how they built a team. Like, what you think about how they built a team?
Who, the Nets or the teams that we're mentioning, the Pacers and the Thunder?
The Pacers and the Thunder, just with the draft picks. You know, you always mention Sam Presti, been a fan of his work. Start with the Thunder, because I know you like Sam Presti.
Yeah, I mean, I hate Sam Presti just because I think he's a fucking gatekeeper of picks. But no, I mean, he's done everything right. You know, it sucks to say because at some point you think he has to trade these fucking picks to get a superstar, but he seems to figure it out every single time. But yeah, no, I think the Thunder did the job that the Nets should look to do, which is, and I've said this forever, you can either have your star who is young and build around him through the draft, or you can draft two guys who can be your 1 through 3 options and go get that missing piece
So
once
Dylan,
you're ready.
let me just the question I wanted to ask Dylan a specific question. Why do you think that OKC does so well drafted late in the lottery, like 12th pick and all of that stuff like that?
That's all up to your scouting team. I mean,
Word.
Presti's been big on scouting for forever. Um, and if you guys remember at the beginning of the year, the Nets were actually listed as the biggest scouting, like the biggest scouting team in the league this year. They hired, I believe, over 10 scouts, whether
That's
it's
a fact.
internationally, in the
They
states.
have the
Like
most scouts in the league.
yeah, we have the most draft scouts in the league as of right now. So, I'm expecting a similar thing where you can find a gem or two in that 19 or like that 26, 27 spot.
Hmm.
Um, so we'll see. At the
Yeah,
end of
you
the
got a
day,
gym right now with 27.
what's up?
I said you got a gym right now with 27.
Yeah, I know. I No, but on some real shit though, if they don't trade up into a second lottery pick, that is a prime another example,
But
another
all
resume
right, so
builder for
but
Marks on why
what
he
you
should be
cooked up
fired.
though? What you cooked up, Dylan, about with the trading up? I heard the what was it? The no, not
Yeah, Houston at
Philly.
10. I have
No,
Houston,
oh, you got Houston. I
uh,
just heard Philly for real.
Houston, Portland, Atlanta, San Antonio, and OKC are the 5 teams I'm looking at possible trade ups with. So 10, 11, 13, 14, and 15. I'm not into this whole try and trade into the top 5 shit. It's You're gonna have to give up pick 19. It's not worth it.
Hey Dylan, did you see the reports that they said that the Nets and the Pelicans are looking to move up?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Pelicans. I
Why is
don't know,
trade? Why is pick number 19 so important?
because this is a deep draft class. Get as much talent as possible. If you can have 3 top 19 picks, that's more valuable than having a top 5 pick and 2 picks in the 20s. That's just a fact.
So if you was looking to trade up, what picks would you want to trade up?
I'm looking at 10, 11, 13, 14, and 15. I'm giving up Cam Johnson in any deal, and I'm giving up either the 2 late firsts or a late first and a future first.
So you hell bent on making this roster as young as possible, no matter what.
I mean, why would you not? We have no talent.
We still got cap space and we got to spend that money.
You only have
I
to
don't.
spend 90. I think you have to spend a total of 136 million. And I was watching Bobby Marks earlier. If you re-sign Cam Thomas and Day'Ron Sharp, plus
Smart.
you bring in your rookies, so 3 or 4, you only have to spend another 20 million. So what?
See, but see, that's
Go
what
out
I'm
and get
saying.
Nikhil
So
Alexander.
All right.
hold
So
on,
wait, hold on,
this is what
wait.
I want to hold
You're
on. I just
playing.
want us to agree on. I want us to agree as fans because we don't. I don't like to talk about what they're gonna do because I don't be knowing how many rookies y'all really want them to put in a rotation.
3 or 4.
That's what, like, I'm saying 2 or 3, not 3 or 4, like 2 or 3.
I
Well,
mean,
because you also have to look at it this way. You have 4 guys on team options: Keon Johnson, Tyrese Martin, Drew Timmy, and Jalen Wilson. Don't bring
right.
Jalen Wilson back. He was he was a mid-second round pick, and he looked ass last year. He looked solid in his first year. He looked mediocre last year. Let him go.
I thought he looked okay in terms of
He looked
hustle and
okay,
bro.
but you got 3 younger guys that you can bring into the league this year. Go
So so
fucking
oh,
replace that
so
spot.
so
That's all right.
okay. All right. Hold on. Wait. So Dylan, after everything that just happened to the quote unquote teams that bottomed out, your idea still remains the same in terms of wanting to come into the season with Cam Thomas as our highest paid player, Day'Ron Sharp as our second highest, and then we're gonna give all the rest of the money to these first round picks. That's what you want to do.
Yes. Go out
All
and
right.
trade for bad contracts. Go out and trade for Kristaps Porzingis. You can get a first round pick attached to it. Who cares?
Okay.
There's ways to fill the roster. You can be a facilitator in a KD to Minnesota deal where you could potentially get one of Naz Reid or Jaden McDaniels. Maybe go do that. Like there's ways to fill up the cap space. You don't have to just sign players. 9 times out of 10, when you're signing guys through restricted free agency, you're overpaying the shit out of them. They already said they have no interest in Jonathan Kuminga. They're sure as shit not going to look at probably Quentin Grimes or Ty Jerome. Like, they're not going to look at guys like that. You know, but what is there to look at? Nas Reed? Okay, well, he's likely a sign-and-trade candidate in a
Well,
star deal.
he said he's getting $100 million. That's what he told the fan in the inbox.
Yeah, no, I posted that.
Personally, bro, I think saying no to Kuminga is probably one of the biggest mistakes a lot
If he
of
wants
teams is
$30
to make.
million, I'd say no too. If he wanted $22 million, then sure.
Hold
But
on.
it also,
Yo,
it's
can
also
I?
impossible to do a sign
Hold
and trade
on.
with him.
Hold on,
The
Dylan.
restricted deals is the restricted deals. You could always trade them.
Hold on, Dylan. Can SL on the panel with us, and he ain't say nothing yet. So can I get?
Oh shit!
Can I get Dylan to?
Adar, what's going on?
I just want to see. I just want to see if SL agree with Dylan, far as a trade up. What's Dylan's favorite trade up proposition? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta say the propositions because I can't.
If you want, Breezy, you want me to send you a link to the Instagram post that I have? I have the trades all there.
Yeah, send it.
Yeah, I got you.
Put in
Make it easier. So
because me and Oren in the chat room, we just talking it out, and I like Oren opinions.
Yeah, now Oren is cool, man. What was something he said? Oh, this is what I wanted to ask the panel. And kind of
Breeze, I just sent it to you on Twitter.
He said Nolan is better than Saraf, and he said Saraf equal TJ McConnell. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but why do I want to
trade? What about Noah Singh, man? Y'all see him putting up buckets in the Euro League today?
I like the draft, but I don't want to draft TJ.
That was last night. Yes, he balling out right now. Yes, that's true. And
Singh had like 22 and 16 boards or something.
Dallas is not doing
over
this.
20 points on efficient scoring and high caliber defense. This kid is.
I watched that game. I watched that game. Yo, listen.
Noah Sangay?
Yeah, hell yeah, that boy is monster.
Hold on. Y'all want him as an 8th pick?
Yes.
The only way that I would even be okay with that is, again, if you trade up with a second lottery pick. If you can get him, and then you can get all right. So realistically, how I want to do it is grab Fears or Malawak at 8, and then you grab one of. So say you get Malawak, right? I'd probably look at Igor Demon as my potential second lottery pick, and if not, and you want to go Nolan Traore at 19, then I would look at Carter Bryant or a Senge with that second lottery pick. So it really just depends on who's available.
Exactly.
And then if you go Fears,
you're not getting Fears at 8. So
there's a world. Everything is early. There's still 3 weeks left. Trey Johnson can go in. VJ Edgecombe could go in. Con Kneppel could go into these meetings and fucking
the problem is that what's his name, Joe Dumars. He's set up on on Nolan Traore, and they got number 7 pick.
We don't know what's going to happen. It's reports that the damn Sixers might take Trey at fucking 3.
I was gonna say.
Jay, let me explain you. Jay, let me explain you why. What's his name? They Pelicans said to get Fears because he's a local kid over there.
Which still doesn't.
They know him.
What you mean?
They know Oklahoma. He's from Oklahoma. Is not that far from what's his name, New Orleans. Okay, it's right there, neighboring state. They know them. They scout them.
Hold on. What about DeJounte Murray though? What about that?
That's why I'm
saying he got torn Achilles. He got torn Achilles, and they about to blow. If you're not following the what's his name, what New Orleans Pelicans posted up, all that entire team is available for the right price.
That's because they're looking at Giannis. They have the Bucks future draft capital.
Do you hear what you said, Giannis?
Yes, I'm hearing what I said. Let me explain. They're doing it. All right. So first and foremost, Zion Williamson was originally rumored to be in trades. Now apparently he's not. They just had him represent them at the draft lottery. He's not going anywhere as of right now. You have the ability to potentially move him for Giannis by attaching all of the Bucks picks back. They own 3 of the Bucks picks. I think it's 26, 28, and another one. So as of right now, they are a suitor for Giannis. Will they get
those
him?
Those picks pick swaps, one thing, and 2, Zion got those sexual allegations. That sexual, what's his
He's on a
name?
non-guaranteed contract. So realistically,
Right.
if it is something bad, then the Bucks could just cut him.
Mm.
So,
But you trading top 5 player
I heard
for sexual offender?
well,
Is that what you're doing?
Well, I'm saying I don't think Zion's up for trade.
That was crazy.
I think they could package up Trey Murphy and CJ
Put the
McCollum.
entertainment purposes
They
only
said-
real quick.
Realistically, if the Bucks want to
Let me say this real
accelerate their
quick, guys.
rebuild, because if you trade Giannis, you're immediately going into a rebuild. If you want to accelerate that, you have to get your
Can I
picks
say
back.
this real quick?
So
Yeah,
I think
go ahead.
CJ
Say
McCollum
something.
and
Say
Trey
something.
Murphy
Yeah,
would work.
It's the word out. It's the Bucks have been calling around about Dylan,
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Harper. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that tells me that they might be, having thoughts about moving Giannis to get up in the lottery, man.
Yeah, I mean they
Right.
have two franchise-saving trades at the palm of their hands. They can either go and get their own picks back from New Orleans, or they can get all of Atlanta's picks and the second overall pick from San Antonio. Either way,
Right.
they're going to be in the same position as we are. Really great draft capital, solid youthful pieces. The difference
Dylan,
is
it's not
we
only
have no
that,
youth
is
pieces.
that Wemby got 2 more years left on a cheap contract, and after that he'll be eligible for Supermax.
You also have to remember too, they could look to move De'Aaron Fox as a salary dump at some point in time when they're ready to pay Wemby and Castle. So you would have Wemby, Castle, and Giannis as your core. Fox is the first guy out once you've hit financial
Fox
issues.
is a local kid. We gotta find out if he's gonna take a pay cut too. So they don't have to move nobody. So.
No, I'm not saying immediately. I'm saying when Wemby is extension eligible and their cap space becomes an issue, that's when you could have the conversation on whether or not you want to use Fox as a salary dump. Now, of course, you're going to get depth back in return for it, but you're probably looking at expiring contracts and 2 first-round picks. But they'd be in a very similar position as what Boston is in with Drew Holiday, except a little bit younger and a better player. So you'll get a little bit more value back for it, but at the end of the day, it still would be used as a salary dump to be able to pay the other guys. So it just depends on how they utilize their cap space.
That's what's up. Yo, hold on. I wanted to get Easy back in the conversation because I wanted to ask him about Miles Turner. Yo, Easy, you there? Yo, what you think about Indiana keeping Miles Turner, bro? Like, he been there for mad long. They could have been traded him, bro. You think his story? Do you think it's similar to Paul Pierce? Or has he been there for the same amount of time as Paul Pierce was with the Celtics? I know he wasn't nice as Paul Pierce. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about the years he was there.
What's a long time to you,
bro?
10 years. You've been watching NBA for a long time. What's a long time to you?
10 years.
Miles
Turner been on that. Yes. Miles Turner been on one team for like two contracts, 3 contracts.
Well, let me say this.
Technically, he's been on there for 9, but I mean, I get what you're saying.
I mean,
is 9 a long time to be on one team?
Let me say
9
this,
is. I mean, 9 years is a long time to be on one team, but a lot of people didn't. Once upon a time, a lot of people didn't want Miles Turner. They want him now because he's fitting in an offensive system and shit, and he's actually flourishing.
Miles Turner was in a lot of trade rumors since he's been in Indianapolis.
Yeah, go ahead.
That only happened in the last 2 years, bro. It hasn't happened any time before that.
Easy. Do you think that the Pacers are smart for keeping Miles Turner?
No.
That's a loaded question, bro. Like,
all right, let's hear it then.
Break that down.
I don't. You see, this is
the simple answer is no.
No. Because
what you mean no?
I don't think.
What you mean no?
What you mean? What I mean no? And no, they wasn't.
Yeah,
they wasn't smart for keeping them. They were. I'm gonna tell you what I mean.
How you replacing them?
What do you mean? How you replace him?
You
don't replace him. You pay him the money.
He became a stretch. He became a stretch.
Yeah, but if you pay him the money and you become second apron team.
SL.
Okay.
Soon as the league was changing to become a
price of winning.
When they had 4 stretching the floor and stretching.
Not with that owner.
Miles Turner was ahead of the game. He was ahead of the league. He wasn't the best, but he was one of the ones that was doing it. Miles Turner was behind Cat. Yeah, he was behind the best of 4s, a big man that was doing it. But Miles Turner was always in those conversations. Always.
So
He's
what
not
is
better
this?
than
Let's praise
Siakam.
Miles. I already know where this
No,
conversation
I
is
asked
going.
the question. I agree that I disagree with you. I think that the Pacers are smart for keeping Miles Turner.
They wasn't smart. They were lucky. They were lucky.
All right.
It's called. It's you need a lot of luck to get to where the Pacers are, bro. They were lucky.
I mean,
It wasn't
realistically, if
smart,
they
bro.
actually
That
won
shit
this
wasn't a
series,
smart
they'd be
move. They were
trying to
lucky.
pick up their first round pick and some of that youth they had.
They were lucky.
Hold on, Bells Desk.
They got
Hold
lucky.
on, Boss
Please,
Desk.
to get into NBA Finals, you have to get lucky. Every team
Hold
does.
on.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
Your
that's
point.
true, and
true.
it's a whole lot
That's
of
true.
luck, bro, with this Indiana Pacers
Nah,
team, bro.
but nah, but
Let's be factual,
listen,
bro. Like, let's not
he
go
played his part
overboard.
though. He played his part for him
He
to be
definitely
the
played his
NBA.
part.
So again,
Nigga,
that's
I
all I'm
told you the run
saying.
was Mickey. You try to fight me about it, bro. What's going on here now? What's going on?
I didn't try to fight you about it.
I
I
told you the
told
But
run
you.
was
easy, hold on, hold
Mickey.
on. Even Easy was talking in the
I
first
don't think
place.
the run
Let
was
Easy
Mickey,
finish.
bro. It was lucky, but it wasn't Mickey.
I
Nah,
mean,
that's
we're not gonna
Mickey,
sit
bro.
here and act like
It's
Miles
not. It's
That's
not
Turner.
Mickey,
Mickey.
bro.
No,
We're
no,
not
it's
Bro,
gonna
not
sit
you
Mickey.
here
They beat
and
the
act like
Cleveland
Miles.
Cavaliers, and how you
It's
gonna
not.
call
It's
it
not
Mickey when
Mickey
they beat the
because
Cleveland Cavaliers?
Indiana. Let's face it. Like the last two teams that Indiana played, even with all the injuries that Cleveland had, let's face it, they weren't better than. They weren't better than them
That's
teams.
a
I
fact.
disagree.
They
I
weren't better
disagree.
than the Knicks.
Let's hold on. Hold on. Let me
On pay,
ask.
well,
Let me say
shit.
this. Hold on. Let me say
Okay,
this. Let
then.
me say this.
The Knicks had the two
Let me,
best players in the series,
hold on.
bro. They just didn't win.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me say this. Y'all listening? Y'all listening?
They beat
Listen.
them twice.
I disagree right
Y'all
there
not listening.
too. This
Y'all
this
not
is
listening.
crazy, my
Are y'all
nigga.
listening? Are y'all
Two
listening?
times in the playoffs.
You're
Two
gonna have to
Y'all
back-to-back
back
not
them
years.
up.
again. You're not
Okay.
listening. Are you listen? When it come down to, I look at it like boxing to an extent. When it come down to this, it was styles, and the Pacers style was to play fast. That wasn't the Knicks style. They don't win playing that fast, and they outdid the Cleveland Cavaliers because it looked like the Cavaliers was trying to run up the scoreboard. When it came down to both of them teams face each other, and who was the better coach? Because Kenny Atkinson got the head coach of the year. Rick Carlisle showed you that he was the better coach in that situation. That's a
Facts.
fact.
Can I
And
can I
hold on,
say
hold on. Let me
something after
finish.
you
Let me.
finish?
You
Oh
got.
my
Hold on. You got. I'm
god,
gonna pass it
yo.
to you next.
God
Hold on. Hold on.
damn.
I'm gonna pass it to you. I'm gonna pass it
God.
to you next.
Easy, he did. Rick
Hold
He
on.
did.
Carlisle did.
Let me
Obviously
finish.
did.
Hold on, let me finish. So again, my point is when it come down to styles, the Knicks switched their whole identity from a defensive team and a rebounding team to an offensive team the very next season, and they tried to outdo what the Pacers was already doing.
Right.
So that being said, they lost to
Man, this
The
is
Knicks lost to the
narrative
Pacers
bullshit.
trying to be a
Easy.
clone
Hold
of the
on.
Pacers. You
Bro,
know what I'm
Easy,
saying?
ain't
hold,
that a
easy,
fact?
hold on.
Of the
Easy,
Pacers.
hold on. They
Hold
beat
on.
I
Cleveland
thought we fucking
Cavaliers
hoop.
with
Yo, Jay,
because
yo,
of
Jay.
Miles Turner.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Thought we
Let me
fucking
finish.
hoop. Thought
Hold
we
on, hold
fucking
So
on.
hoop,
that have a
my nigga.
stroke.
Listen,
All we
hold on. Let me finish.
honest hoop.
Now,
That's
Not no
because they had.
narrative hoop.
That's because they were well
Real
coached,
talk.
bro,
hold
and
on. Let me finish.
they
Can
had a
I
good
finish?
game
Ain't
plan.
Yes,
nobody,
and
ain't
Miles
nobody get their
Turner
pick.
exposed
Ain't
Jared
Yo,
nobody get their
Allen.
pick.
Yo, watch the
yo,
series.
Breezy, you saying
I had to
inflammatory
DVR
statements,
that
bro.
shit.
Yo, can't nobody get their picks today. Like everybody just
Controversial.
talking, bro.
Yo,
Like
hold
that's
on.
why
Hold on.
Pivotal.
My fault.
Joey
Can y'all
can't
let me
even
run
get it.
point?
And
Can
Joey
y'all let
can't
me
even
run
get. You
point?
know what I mean?
My
Word. Let
fault.
me run point, y'all. All right. So hold on. So look, basically what I'm saying is the OKC Thunder is a whole different beast. They don't play the same way the
Yeah,
Pacers.
that. Yeah, that's that.
They different.
They
You know what I'm saying?
they different.
So as much as fans are unsure how good this finals is going to be, I think it's going to go 6 or 7. Facts.
Yeah.
It could
Right.
possibly go.
Hold
I
on.
mean, personally, I got it going
They not.
four,
It's
bro.
not going 7.
Hold on.
It's not going 7.
Let me
Let
just say my piece.
Notorious go. Go Notorious.
Now, what I was going to say, so I think both of y'all are correct. They did get a little, the Indiana Pacers got a little lucky with the Cleveland Cavaliers because the Cleveland Cavaliers kind of hit that injury bug going into the playoffs. But
Right.
with that being said, the Indiana Pacers did what they were supposed to do. Miles Turner showed up. He exposed Jarrett Allen, just like Adar SL said. I mean, it is what it is. Now, I'm not going to say that the Knicks have a better team than the Pacers because they do not. From top to bottom, the Pacers are a better team. They are a deeper team. They are a
Thank you.
well coached team. You understand? They actually have an offense. The Knicks don't have an offense. Their offense is give the ball to Cat or Brunson and let them ISO and try to create something. Okay. Outside of the Knicks starting five, their fucking bench is ass. Okay. So the reason why all of this came back to bite the Knicks in the ass is because the Pacers play a fast pace and they also can go deeper, which means the Knicks got worn out. They got worn out.
Pause.
They ran them down. Pause.
It
But
sounded to
it
me
is
like
what it
that
is.
people. It sounded to me like people saying Indiana was the best team in the East all along, bro. We
No,
acting like
they weren't. I said the Cavs were better, but the Cavs hit an injury bug going into the playoffs. That's why I said
Same
they
thing
got
with
lucky.
Celtics,
I
right?
think,
But I,
here's the thing. We got to
real quick,
elaborate
I'm
a
gonna
little.
let you go after this, Lee. But I'm
All
not
right.
going to say the Indiana Pacers were lucky against the Knicks. No, they were not. They were a better team. Period.
Agree.
Okay. I give. Listen. I grant you that. But playing a
Mr. Priest.
listen, that's fine, but I'm not at liberty to argue that shit, bro. Like, all I know is like when the Indiana Pacers came into the series this year and last year, bro, like they had the third best player in the series, behind what Brunson and Cat this year, and Brunson and
Yo, bro.
Randall last year.
I
So
But
I
disagree
this
mean,
with
is
that
why,
as well. I
yo,
disagree
the
with that.
shit that
I'm only saying that to say this. I'm only saying that to say this. The real reason, bro, why the Indiana Pacers are really in the NBA Finals right now is because Boston broke down, bro. Like, we all know it, bro. Like, come on. Like,
yo,
it's
all I
nothing
Boston
else to
had
know,
two
explain.
best
all I
players
know is
last
y'all
series,
y'all
right?
underestimating
Leaf.
them kids, man. Cause they
Hey,
they
Lee.
they done made it last year. They done made it there, right? And this year they done made it
How
Both
there.
you
runs
gonna
was
how you
Mickey.
gonna hold
Both
that
runs was
against
Mickey.
them,
Bro,
Leaf?
Both
Listen,
runs was
Boston
Mickey.
Look,
didn't
yo,
Boston
bro,
didn't
y'all
take
Hold on.
listen.
disrespectful.
Yeah,
yo,
Hold on.
I'm giving
Joy,
some
you
disrespect
hear
Hold
because
on.
you
y'all been
hearing
saying some
Leaf?
nice shit. And
He
I'll
said
Yeah,
he
I'm gonna
y'all
said
run your
voting the
mouth
like
now.
Pacers the most
Boston.
overrated
Saying
team
the
the
same
same way
stuff.
they voted
Hold
Halliburton,
on.
man.
Listen.
Hold up.
All I'm gonna say is this, bro. Like, in the case of Boston, bro, like folding like they did, and eventually Tatum broke down. Like, we gotta understand, bro. Like, if they've
Who
had
fought
that
that?
matchup, if they have that same matchup again in the Eastern Conference Finals where it was Indiana against Boston, them niggas probably ain't winning a game against that
Okay,
same
but
team.
who fought is that though?
you don't
Hold on.
know
Hold on.
that.
No.
It
Hold
it
up.
You
takes.
They
don't
didn't
know
win a
that.
game last
Hold
year, bro. Like, I
Hold up.
do know
Let me
that.
say this real quick.
Hold
Who
up.
fought is
Real
that?
quick.
Because the
Real
last
quick.
time
Let
I
Ice go, then
In
checked,
let
case
Joey
with
go.
Indiana, we
Let
know that
Real quick,
Indiana
real
is
quick.
better
Let Ice
team.
go, then let
Hold
Joey
up.
go. Let Ice go, then let Joey go.
Yo, it takes it matters who's there and who's not there. It matters about the matchup. You do get lucky. They said NBA players from whatever generation to now said you need a little bit of luck when you get into the playoffs. The
facts.
Pacers beat whoever is in front of them. Pacers had a
Facts.
better team at the time they played Cleveland. Celtics, as Lee said, broke down, but so New York had the better team at the time. Now, matchup, Pacers versus Knicks. The Pacers had a better team. That's why they're moving
Facts.
forward. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Matchup to matchup, game to game, the Knicks had no answers for the Pacers.
So
And
let
the
me
You know what I mean?
coach,
let me
the
just get it.
That's
Let me
it.
coaching
just get it real
definitely was
quick.
better on the Pacers side.
Let me just say this real
Right.
Definitely.
quick.
And on top of that, y'all keep mentioning the depth of the
Keep
team.
talking, Joy.
That's the part of the depth is part of the reason why they winning, because even if somebody is injured or not available that night or not playing well that night, they still got somebody else to step up.
True. So I wanted to say this real quick.
Thomas
He
Walker
hold on,
came up.
AR.
Hold
Go
on, hold
ahead.
on, hold
Real
on.
quick, Ado, let Joey go real quick. Ado, then you
No,
got it. You got it.
I was gonna say I do agree. I think it's a little bit of you having attrition, like you said, you being healthy and you having a little bit of luck. Now, Leaf, you doing nasty work right now because you making excuses and you trying to downplay the Indiana Pacers. Who fault is it that the Boston Celtics fell apart? Listen, they lost the first two fucking games at home with Jason Tatum on the fucking floor. That shouldn't have
Yep.
happened. Period. Before he even
You're
got
right.
hurt.
You're right.
So I don't
They
want to hear
folded.
no
They
excuses.
I know. I didn't make no excuse. They folded. FOL capital
Yeah,
DEED, bro.
but you
Like,
keep
they
trying to take
folded.
away from what the Pacers is doing, and the Pacers
Exactly.
is been consistent these past 2 seasons is what they doing, and
I
you
I'm
am.
not.
still saying it's
No,
luck. It's
I'm.
not luck to be
I'm not
consistent
trying to take
twice.
away.
am.
I'm not trying to take
I
away
am
from the
for
Let
sure.
Pacers
him
doing.
finish. Let him
What I'm trying to
finish.
I am for sure.
what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, is that the Pacers, bro, like, almost every series that they won, even going back to last year, they had favorable matchups in them series, bro, going against them teams. Did they have the best player on the
Oh
floor
my
in them?
God. Oh my
Time out,
God.
please. Hold up, AR, please. Did they have the best player, basketball player on the floor in any of those series? Probably not. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't dare say Halliburton was better than Giannis in any one of those series. I wouldn't dare say Halliburton was better than Donovan Mitchell in the Cleveland series. I wouldn't dare say Halliburton was better than last year in Boston, and he
JT.
got hurt. So, but all I will say is, bro, like in order for Indiana to make this run really, really valuable, this series is gonna have to be real competitive, like everybody
Lee,
says it is, bro.
Lee.
Like if they run here, if they run and stop here at the finals, and they win one or less games, bro, we all know, bro, why they got here. They got here
Right.
because of favorable
Right.
matchups.
That's true. But we also
Can
have
Jerry
to
finish?
understand. Well, hold on. We also have to understand the team with the best player
You gotta
on the floor doesn't always win. And yes,
Exactly.
yes, it is. Yes, it is luck a little bit. Shit, Steph Curry and the Warriors got lucky a lot of times. That's why he got about 4 rings. They got lucky a lot. You feel what I'm saying? We have
But
to
it's
stop
less
thinking.
about luck than it is about having a good
Right.
team. Just because you have the best player don't mean the team is better. The coach, like the
Exactly.
team, the
Come on.
coach,
Yes.
everything matters in best team to
Jay,
win the
can you
game.
Joe, go ahead. Finish your
No,
thing.
that
What?
I mean, Jay just landed a plane for me. Like I said, people want to downplay Indiana because, like I said, they don't got the player that you would like. Damn, that's a a top 10 player in the league. But no, they got a good ass team that can
I'm
go
down playing
1
Indiana,
through
but for
10. You
different
feel what I'm saying?
reasons.
And they have a
Joe,
good coach.
Joe,
And
how
I
you
wouldn't even
think?
argue. No,
I'm gonna
hold on.
let
I
you
wouldn't
get it
even
off, yo. I'm
argue.
gonna go.
Hold
Easy
on.
is
I'm gonna go.
I'm about to
downplaying
let
it
it. I'm
because
about
of
to
all
let it
because
Joe,
go.
of
what?
I'm
Payne.
about to pass it
Joe,
to Rock.
what you think? Rick Carlisle,
Let Ado go. Let Ado go first.
Rick Carlisle compared to the coaches that he faced, is he superior? And
My
is he superior to
Budenholzer,
what's his
Joe
name, the coach
Mazzulla,
Mark
that
Thibodeau.
that
Gigi
being in
Bickerstaff,
OKC? Because I've
Thibodeau
seen
definitely.
Mark Daigneault.
because I've seen Rick Carlisle winning a championship with Dirk Nowitzki, and nobody gave a chance to Dallas Mavericks.
Nah,
The same.
I respect the OKC coach, but I still think Rick Carlisle is better. Absolutely, based off of his experiences in his in the playoffs, and his and the way he can change shit up. But OKC coach ain't no slouch either. He's not a bad coach.
We're about to find out.
You got to be a good coach to get there to be so consistent with such a
That
young team.
But
that
Wait, hold on,
OKC
hold on,
team
no,
is loaded though.
hold on. Did y'all
That's
get
the
it off?
problem.
I want y'all to get it off. Y'all got it
If
off. I'm
Chet
about to go off.
Holmgren, if
Hold on.
Chet Holmgren goes down,
I want to.
it's over for OKC.
Easy. I just wanted to say this real quick. So people be like, "Oh well," because they figure like Cat was the best player on the floor that the Knicks was supposed to win. Low key, I don't even. I would take Pascal Siakam over Cat. I don't
Hey,
even think Cat better than him, bro.
yo, Joey, like I said, yo, niggas said, yo, Pascal the third best player. Yo, he got an argument to be the first best player in this
No,
fucking series,
he's
bro.
one
I
of the
don't know
most
what niggas talking about.
underrated players in the league.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, yo, niggas saying he the third best player. I'm like, yo, he has an argument to be the best player in this series, bro. I don't know what niggas seeing, but it's
Shit,
okay. It's okay.
he was the
Everything
MVP
is
of the
about
series.
everything is about buckets, though, right? Everything is about buckets. When a nigga drop a 40 piece, oh man, he dropping a 40 piece right there. But if a nigga is locking a nigga up on the other side and got that nigga confused the whole fucking game, nigga just let that shit go over their fucking heads. Like I said, I thought we talking about Rock. Hold on, Leaf. Real quick, cause niggas done went off. I got the fucking floor right here, my nigga. I'm downplaying the fucking Pacers fucking runs. All of these shits, my nigga. You know why, my nigga? Every fucking team that made it somewhere, if they went through an injury, they always get an asterisk next to their fucking name. Asterisk next to their fucking team. Oh man, this happened, that happened. The Pacers make it. Oh, everybody
There's
fucking
only a
praising
few
this
teams
fucking
that
team.
get that easy.
Nah.
No,
I
that's a
don't care
wild
which
take.
team.
That is
I
a
don't care which.
wild
I don't
fucking
care.
take to
I
say
don't care
that
which.
SGA is not the best player in this series by far. It's not even close.
No, I'm not
This
talking about this series.
this
I'm not talking
this
about this
season
series.
alone.
I'm not talking about this
Oh, you're
series. I'm
talking
talking
about the
about.
Knicks series.
Yeah, I'm talking
Okay.
about the Knicks series. I'm not
Never
talking about
mind. Let
this
me
series.
rebuke. My bad.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm not.
sorry.
Yeah, no. Hold on. Yeah, that's a whole different. No, but what I'm saying right here, though. Every other team that fucking made it somewhere, if a player got hurt, if something major got happened, an asterisk went to
It's
their name.
only name
Niggas
those
always gotta
teams.
fucking put it. Niggas always got.
Toronto
Nigga, you put up
Raptors,
you nigga the Raptors, the fucking Warriors that you
What
like to
about
bring
them?
up. Every fucking Warriors team you like to
how
bring
they
up,
won
nigga. They
championship.
always get a fucking a little shoe tag
They
or
they
toe
won a
tag right
champ.
next to their
I think
name.
they won a championship straight up to me.
Hold on.
Versus
Niggas
Golden
always
State. That
niggas
Golden State.
Hell yeah.
If Clay and KD ain't going down,
Hold on, Ado.
Oh, let Easy finish. Let Easy finish.
Hold on, because niggas trying to big this fucking team up, but when niggas even lesser teams or even teams a little bit better than this even make a similar run, niggas bring up all the injuries, but nobody bring the fucking injuries for this team. Everybody praising shit. Nah, nigga, we gonna keep the same fucking dynamic going on, my nigga. We not gonna act like these fucking injuries did not happen, my nigga. Keep that same fucking energy, my nigga. This is Brooklyn, right?
Them injuries did happen. However, bro, like when I downplay the teams that I downplay, I always admit how far much better those championship teams, a lot of Warriors, bro, because I am going there, bro. How much better they were. These niggas made five. When I say the Warriors got 4 fucking hospital rings, it's because they fucking do. That's how much better they was than other than a competition. They ain't have to hurt them niggas, bro. Most of the injuries that happened during a run, they were responsible for. The Kawhi injury in 2017, they were responsible for. The
Facts.
CP3 injury in 2018, they were responsible for. The Kyrie injury in 2015, they were responsible for.
How
The
the
Ja
fuck were you
Morant
responsible
injury
for
in
CP3? You see what's
2022.
crazy?
Hold on,
You see
hold
that?
on,
You see
hold
that?
on, hold on. Let me
Let him cook.
continue.
Let him
Yeah,
cook.
yeah, yeah. Let me
What is that
cook
talking about? He cooking?
because I talk about the injuries when I shit on the Warriors and everything they stand for. I talk about the injuries they were responsible for. They went out and did that. We saw Zaza Pachulia go underneath Kawhi Leonard when they were down 25. We saw that. We
Facts.
saw motherfucking Jordan Poole grab Ja Morant by the knee. We saw it. Stop acting like we didn't see this shit, bro. Like the Indiana Pacers ain't. What's if you want to tell me the stains that the Indiana Pacers got when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks? The Bucks came into the playoffs both years injury ridden. Both
Right.
years, what 1 year without Giannis and 1 year without Dame. That the Indiana had nothing to do with that.
We're doing
The
excuses, man.
Cavaliers came into the damn series injured. That
Hurt.
Indiana
Yep.
ain't have nothing to do with that.
But Indiana was still a better team than the Bucks, even if they wasn't injured. In my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
they
the
Hold
was.
only
on, hold
team
on, hold on, hold on.
hold up. The only team they wasn't
Yeah,
better than was Cleveland in this run. That's the
That's a
only
fact.
right,
team.
That's a
right. No,
fact.
hold
But
on, and I just
Cleveland
want
was injured too. So
right. Hold on, and I'm not trying to. I just want to pivot a little bit because I just got back and I just wanted. I was joining the conversation. Is that they weren't a duo, and that's what I was saying about Dame and Giannis. They weren't a duo. Like same thing with Jalen Brunson and Cat. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I watched the Brooklyn Nets offense, and I know what a pick and pop and a pick and roll is. And they did a lot of pick and pop with Noah Clowney, and I ain't see no pick and pop with Dame Lillard and Giannis. And it wasn't really no pick and pop between Brunson and Cat. They was like two talented players on the same team, but they weren't a duo.
They
They
wasn't
weren't
playing
doing
together
pick
half
and
the
pops,
time.
picking right. They wasn't doing pick and pops and pick and rolls. That's a duo. They doing pick and pops and pick and rolls. Pick and pop, you go to the top of the key or something, or you pick
Breezy,
and roll
you
to the
you
basket.
asking
They
Giannis
wasn't
to do
doing none of
something.
that shit together.
Picking who you asking to pop? Giannis?
You must be
No, no,
asking Dame to pop
no,
because Giannis
no,
is
no, no.
rolling.
Right, right. Even if Giannis is going to roll, yeah, exactly. But the point
How
is
Dame
that
gonna pop if he
no, I
got the
was
rock
more, I
himself?
was more so talking about Brunson
Okay,
and
so
Cat
I'm
because
planning for that.
time out. Let
I'm
me answer the
letting
question.
somebody open.
Hold on. When it come down to, I was talking about Brunson and Cat when it come to the pick and pop, not Giannis and Dame. But Giannis and Dame, I am talking about the pick and roll, and it wasn't a lot of that. It wasn't like it was dominant in their offensive whatever they had going
ISO
on. They
ball.
wasn't doing that shit, bro. They was just
Can we
it
really
was
talk hoop?
nasty,
Can
bro.
we really
And
talk hoop,
It
my
was
nigga?
it was but there was really heavy
hold on. Let me say.
isolation
Right,
basketball.
but when I'm saying for
Can we
entertainment, they
really talk
wasn't
hoop though?
they easy. They wasn't hooping. They was not. They was playing for entertainment. They trying to run high pick and roll, taking 30 plus for the 3 pointers. It was ridiculous, bro.
Bro.
That's not
Brunson was holding the ball too long. That's what I heard in this series. The real reason, bro, why the Knicks lost this series because Brunson and Cat actually had to play fucking defense and they couldn't do it. All 5 niggas
That's
got
a
to play
fact.
defense. That's a real fact, bro. Like
That's
if you
one
if
problem.
That's one of the
But
problems.
that's one of the main problems, and I go to the points in this series. Almost all,
That's not the main problem.
so.
That's
Hold
not
almost
on,
the
hold
main
70,
on,
problem.
hold on.
almost 70,
They
over
were in the
70%.
games. They were in the
Hold
game.
on,
Last two
hold
minutes,
on, Adolf.
they were in the
Hold on,
games.
hold
It's a
on.
lot of
Over
problems with the
seventy
Knicks,
percent,
man.
over 70% of the damn Indiana Pacers points in the fourth quarter of the series came on Brunson and Cat. That is a fact. They picked on them when they were on the court, bro. It was games where them niggas was in foul
And,
trouble. They had no business winning game 3. The
and you need
NBA
them on the
gave that
court.
shit to them.
And you need them on the court because you
And
need
you
them for
need
their
them on the
offensive
court because
power.
they are the highest offensive players on the court. The
Exactly. Yep.
thing is, they were not hunting OG Anunoby. They were not hunting Mitchell Robinson. They were not hunting Mikal Bridges. They was hunting them two dummies that couldn't play no damn defense because
They, they
the
weren't
Pacers
they
couldn't
weren't hunting
expose them.
OG Anunoby. Are you serious? What's his name? Siakam was killing OG Anunoby.
Right.
Hey,
They
No,
yo,
couldn't
it
you know
wasn't
guard.
what?
Nah, but
matchup.
they
Yo,
was
and you
hunting
know, and
Brunson
that's
and
It
Cat the
wasn't
whole
matchup.
right.
time
No,
though.
It wasn't
Go
matchup.
Right, right.
go
Time out,
watch
time out.
what's his
Hold
name,
on.
what Siakam did to him.
Hold on, y'all. So,
But
hold
that
on.
wasn't the matchup they was looking for.
That
They
wasn't
was
the matchup that
trying.
they was
Mm-mm.
looking for. They was
No,
always
But he
looking for
was
But
looking
Brunson.
enough.
Siakam was
I'm
the X
agreeing with you,
factor.
Adar.
Right.
He
They was
was looking
always
at,
looking for,
but that was by
if they
Come
hunted
happenstance.
on,
OG,
Mike,
they did it
guys.
in
Come on.
if they hunted
Relax.
OG, they did it in screen and roll action. That's how they
Listen,
did it, bro. Because Cat
hold on.
can't play drop coverage and he can't pick up neither.
Right, exactly. So again, they
OG was responsible for Siakam most of the time, and Siakam was
hold on,
dropping 30 points on OG and
hold on,
Anunoby 3 times, and that's why they won champion. I mean, Eastern Conference Finals.
hold
Go
on, y'all.
relook that.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So let's slow it down because I wanted to pass it to Ice. We ain't hear from Ice in a minute. Definitely wanted to hear from This Is Jay. This is Jay McQuarrie. You still there? This is Jay. All right, this is Jay.
Jay
Probably.
still in here somewhere? I just heard him.
I was gonna say Breeze too. If you wanted to talk about the trades for possible trades, trade ups, I sent you that link. I'm not sure if you saw it.
Oh no, let me go get it right now. Matter of fact.
Dylan, I got a question, bro.
I may have an answer.
Do you really trust our GM, bro, to really make these trades, bro? Like
No.
No, why would I?
he's
No.
arguably
He's a
in
fucking
this and
asshole.
yeah, of course he is. Which is the reason why I stick to a firm plan when it comes to Sean Marks because I base all our moves on how Sean Marks could actually do the job without doing something stupid this offseason.
I don't even trust him to pick bids, man. He like Modelo's.
Listen, I don't
Yo,
trust him
Nah,
to
he's
do that
he's
neither.
definitely he's
But at
definitely a
this
fucking
yo,
IPA guy. He's a loser.
yeah, he is. But the reason why I asked you that, Dylan, is
Go get
because
yourself a Mick Ultra.
yeah, this shit's crazy. But the reason why I asked you that,
I got
Dylan,
a question for you. For
Hold on. Hey, yo,
what's
Hold
his
on,
name?
hold on,
Paulie
hold on,
and what's his name?
hold
And
on.
Dylan.
Hold it. Hold it down. Let us just get through this real
Here,
quick.
let Lee
I'm gonna
finish, and then you can ask us.
You know Breezy be banning niggas.
Leaf,
Yo,
continue.
I wanted
what's
the reason why I
Big
said this,
Ben
Dylan.
Breezy?
Big Ben.
The reason why I said this, Dylan, is because
That's
now
wild.
you was just talking about how much we needed all the talent in this
Yo,
draft. I think we need just as much talent, bro, to sign too. Like I think turning our back on Kaminga, bro, like is a big mistake, especially with the dumbass GM
Oh
that
my
we
god.
have, bro, in terms of making trades. I'm positive of that. I like if we stick to the code of just drafting and signing just two and re-signing Cam Thomas, throwing Kaminga in there, possibly throwing Nas Reed. Now you added more talent that you could possibly trade later. The only two people that we should be trying to trade is Cam Johnson and Nicholas Claxton, and everybody knows
I
it.
agree with that. Hell yeah.
So
hold on,
the reality here, him
hold on,
making other trades
That's the
outside of
only
that
Let
is
two
me
guys we
stupid.
got on the
hold
books
on,
though.
let me respond to him
hold
real
on.
quick.
Yeah, let's get these
Can I respond
graphics.
to him real
Can
quick?
I ask a question?
Yeah,
Can I respond
Niggas
to Leaf
burnt
real
my
quick
chicken.
first?
That's just a
Let
thought to
me
right.
me, bro.
let
But
me
go
let me
ahead, man.
respond real quick because there's multiple players that will likely become available that you can pay after trading for them. You'll see on the first slide once you click next, Jabari Smith is probably my most primary targeted player this offseason. He's extension eligible. The Rockets are going to have a rough time paying him if they want to go out and grab a star. So he is a guy that I'm eyeing highly as a Nets target because if they're serious about trying to win now, but also still having the necessary pieces to go out and get a star, I don't think they're in on Kevin Durant. I think that they want Devin Booker more than life itself. And the way that you can start by doing that is going and grabbing his running mate back in Phoenix to persuade him to come over. I don't think it
I
happens this
agree.
offseason,
I
but I
agree.
think it happens next offseason. And if you can have a rotation of Amen Thompson, Devin Booker, Cam Johnson, and Sengun, you could fill that roster out very easily around them.
I like
So
that idea.
So that's why I think Jabari
That
Smith.
makes sense.
Jabari Smith's extension eligible, though. Like I said, he's likely to get a $20 to $25 million contract. So right there's more money going to him. You know what I mean? Like there's different ways via trade that you could bring in money.
No,
Kristaps Porzingis.
I like that idea, but
And you
once
talking
again,
about the 10th pick this
The
year?
problem is Phoenix not
I
trading
like that
Booker.
idea. The problem with
hold
that
on. Let
is
me
that it's a trade, we
hold on.
don't trust
So,
our GM with trades.
hold on,
Can I
This,
ask a question, please? Where is he?
hold on. Now, can y'all hold
Okay.
on? I want to know who will we get with that 10th pick? That's what I want to know.
It all depends on who you get at 8.
All right, so
That is true.
like for IE.
An example, so your pick, Deal.
So why don't we want the 26 and the 27 pick? I thought this draft was deep.
No.
Well, okay.
Hold on.
Let me
I'll take 26 and 27 too. Give me that.
Let me
Hold
explain
on. Let
this
me
real
run
quick.
point, man. Hold on. Just
Breeze,
again,
you want me to
because
explain
the
it?
eighth and the 8th and the 10th pick. Like, of course,
Okay.
it could be a variety of players,
So
but like, who would you
again,
pick?
this is just a mock trade. Mock means hypothetical. For those
Mock,
of you who don't seem to understand it, it does not mean it's real.
Mock on our board, bro. Danny Wolf name did come up on one of the mock trades on one of the websites, and
I'm glad that happened because that 9
At
times
8 and 10 though.
No, at in the
Yeah, so
late
they
20s.
just he trying to talk about 8 and 10. Who you gonna get with 8 and 10 if you
8 and
hypothetically
10.
got
Let
10?
me just.
It depends on who we get at 8.
All right, let me just explain this trade though, real quick.
Without being sidetracked, please.
Let me just explain this trade real quick though. You can do one of two things. You can either package up both of those late first to move up, which I don't think is likely, or you could package up Cam Johnson, 26, and a future pick. The future pick that I have linked with Houston would either be one of the Knicks picks, or giving the full rights to our 2027 swap that they have, which means that they would be able to have their own pick and our pick fully.
Who you trading? Houston, right?
Yes,
I want to
Houston.
know who we.
I don't want to trade anything from this
like,
draft
No.
anymore.
Next pick's untouchable during that.
The
Who are
2027 Knicks
pairing
pick
with
is
the
not
8th and
valuable
10th
as of
pick?
right now.
That's what I'm trying to say. What
You
is
have to
the
remember
pair?
too, though.
27 is supposed to be Max and Reynard.
Well, hold on. You have to remember.
Nah, 2027 pick next in 2027. That's what he's
Let
still.
him finish
Yeah,
the
I'm
thing.
saying.
Hold on. One mic. There is only
Chill.
one
Let
mic.
me finish up this. Let me finish up this. The Nets have the 2027, 2029, and 2031 first round picks from New York.
Yeah, 28 swap, right?
And they
You're
also have
correct.
a 28 swap, which is why I'm saying it's not a big deal if you get rid of one of them. If it means moving up for 2 lottery picks, you do it. And if it means getting 2 lottery picks plus Jabari Smith, you fucking do it. There's no excuse not to. So those are the 2 packages that I would look at.
But who do we get with the?
I like how you sold on these sold on this trade off the rip, bro.
I'm a fucking
who do we
salesman,
get
dude.
with
This
the
is what I
10th
do.
pick? Like,
you need a little bit more work than that.
Sean Marks. While doing Sean Marks. That's what the.
Yo, man, I'm about to start subbing y'all, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Yo, who do we get with the 10th pick?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So likely Fears is gone. I'm coming to the reality. I don't want to fucking excite myself for another prospect that I'm not going to get. So let's just say Fears is gone. It likely leaves you with Malawak at 8, and at 10 you're grabbing one of either a Senge, Carter Bryant, or Igor Demon. For me personally, I would take a Senge because I think you can get Nolan Traore at 19. So if you could get Nolan Traore, a Senge, and Kamal Malawak, that is an incredible draft to me.
And it makes sense because the Nets like international players, and that's 3 international dudes, right?
Yeah, Sudan and 2 Frenchmen.
I think we could do better than that.
Well, again, it's all
I
based
don't
on
agree with
scenario.
everything Jay said, but I agree with that part. They do like international plays.
So
Damn,
real quickly,
what else you disagree with, bro? Damn.
I was gonna say real quickly though.
You could have just said I agree with that. Know what I mean?
No,
I've
you
been
had said
explaining
some
this to
wild
people
shit
for the
earlier
last
about
week.
the Knicks, so it's kind
Please
of.
I didn't say it about the Knicks.
Let me finish this up before you move on to the next one. Right. I've been saying this for the last 3 weeks. There are 3 or 4 different scenarios that the Nets could look into. We all know that they need a guard, a wing, and a center. Those are the three biggest needs, which is practically half a fucking team. It doesn't matter where you get which one, though. If Fears is available at 8, he's clearly the pick. If he's gone, I think the next pick is Malawak. And if he's gone, I think you take a Senge at 8, right? So it all depends on the scenarios of where these players are falling. But regardless, one scenario could be Malawak, a Senge, and Traore, right? Another one could be a Senge, Yegor Demon, and then Thomas Sorber at 19, right? There's mix and matches of how you could move around this whole idea, but landing 3 top 19 picks is a must for Brooklyn. Like, you need
Dylan, where you rank Cedric Howard?
Who?
Hold on.
Cedric Howard. I got him between 18 and 23.
So what's the problem drafting him at 19?
Because we suck with youth and upside. So go get youth and upside. I don't like these Walter Claytons. I don't like these fucking no. The only upperclassmen that I would even look to take are Rasheer Fleming. Nope, Rasheer Fleming. If Yaxel Lendeborg was still in the draft, I would have taken him, or Ado Thiaro. Those are the only 3 guys that are upperclassmen that I like.
I don't know Thiaro.
Give me Danny Wolf and Max and Radon.
No, I'm good. Go give me a youthful big that you can develop. So you have 3 of them available within the top 19. Go get one of them.
Hold on.
That is a youthful big we could develop. We only have
Wolf as a junior. He's
hold on, Dylan. Hold on, Dylan. Let me run a point real quick. I'm only gonna be here for a few more minutes so I could clip up the show. If you don't know, you know what I'm saying. If you go to StreamYard before 2 hours, the AI clip up your show. You know what I'm saying. And if it go for 2 hours, they won't clip up your show. So you better be 159 or less. I said that to say we got Gary on the panel. We definitely got Ice on the panel. And I wanted Ice and Dylan I wanted Ice and Gary to talk about Dylan's mock drafts. Like, just their thoughts on it. I don't really want Dylan to say nothing on it. Just let other fans tell you how they feel about your mock trades.
Yeah, and also
Gary might be biased because y'all do the show together. Gary,
I disagree with everything Dylan says.
Yeah, right.
What up, Gary?
Yo, what up, Dylan? I was about to call you Pete too. I don't know why.
Yeah, because the chat fucking constantly does that. Yeah, we'll be live tomorrow also at 11:30 if you guys want to tune in. We'll be talking more draft and Cam Johnson. So
hello, Easy. For what it's worth, we are hour and 37 minutes before we got into the draft. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's
the only thing we got to talk about, Easy.
But the draft is June 25th. It's June 3rd, so we right where we supposed to be. But
I'm gonna be there. Who's going?
Yo, you still trying to go, Breeze?
I'm gonna be there. I'm
gonna be there,
especially since Gary said he's gonna be there. I'm definitely going.
I'm gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there too. For sure.
I'll try to go. I'll see what my money
at the end of this show. I might buy the tickets right now. But all right, before we do that, I need Ice and Dylan not Dylan, Ice and Gary to talk about Dylan mock trade. This is a mock trade. Let me start. Let me show you the first one. Well, just this one right here.
No, there's 4 more after.
Yeah, so and y'all can talk about which one y'all want, to be honest, but I just went to the one with the best draft pick at 10. Ice, how you feel about his mock trade? And Gary, how y'all feel about it?
This is cool. I'm gonna explain why it's on a mock, right? Because he's still young enough. Jabari's still young enough, right?
He's 22.
And then you let go of the 2 picks, or you let go of 1 pick, you still got 4 picks in this draft, and you get 2 lottery picks, and you get 19. So once you get the 2 lottery picks, you get the 2 lottery picks, and you still get 19. That's 3 guys that maybe have high upside as well. And then you got Jabari, you know what I'm saying? He still has upside. He's still working. So there go your 4 guys right there. So you're not
Jabari was number 3 pick too.
You know what I mean? You're not losing nothing. It'll be fine with that. He's still young enough. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Gary.
I like the Houston trade. I did. I went over this with Dylan on our show. But if you can get 2 picks in the top 10 and keep 19, And like to me, Jabari Smith isn't just a throw-in. That's a play. It's a Sean Marks type player. You know, he's a 3'4". He's long. What is he about 6'9"?
6'11".
Is he 6'11"?
Man, pretty
He's
sure.
6'10" with 7'2" wingspan or 7'3" with
7'2"
wingspan.
wingspan. He rebounds, but like this is a Marks player, and he's not just a throw-in. Like he's a piece that has potential. So like you're getting 10, who's a potential starter, plus you're drafting 8, that's a potential starter, and then you're getting Jabari Smith, who's a potential starter. So you're getting 3 potential starters in that trade for Cam Johnson, and then 2 late picks. To me, this is a home run. Like if this trade is valid, if Houston's into this trade, like that's where I want to send Cam Johnson.
I was going to say
that's
real
not
quickly,
happening.
just to clarify, like I said, I don't think they take both of the late first. I think they take one, and I think they take a future first, which it could be the full race to our 2027. It could be the Knicks pick in
Dylan, this is
2027.
delusional trade. Are you serious? They're
How is it
giving number
delusional?
3 and number 10. Are you serious?
So hold on. So stop speaking. Just listen. This is the report that came out a couple of days ago. The Houston Rockets are expected to move the 10th overall pick, whether that be to move up for a star or for a package similar to what San Antonio received from Minnesota.
Why are we
What
still
Minnesota
doing
received
business
from
with Houston?
what Minnesota gave up to San Antonio to move up for Rob Dillingham was a 2031 unprotected first and a 2030 top 1 protected first. So all it took was 2 future firsts to move up into the top 10. Okay. So we're giving up Cam Johnson, who's valued at right now a first-round pick and a young player. Okay, so that's 10 and Jabari Smith. So now you're giving up a future first and a later first.
Why are we still doing business with Houston, bro?
Because we fucking because they gave us
trade.
back the future. You might as well go get that too.
If Dylan is right, is right, I'll take that trade and run.
I mean, the trade. I'm not. Listen, I just think we could do better. I just think we could do better, bro. Like,
this is a payback. What Dylan put up right here is a payback.
Hold on. Let me say this because I got a segue because I want to get to the last part of the show too. With BKN, how they dropped the video. Do you think do you think that Jabari Smith Jr. plays defense? You think he fit enjoy from the end of the season?
Yeah, he's 3-and-D. I mean, he has upside to be much better. He was projected to be a star when he came into the league. He averages about 13 and 7.5 a night. That's solid.
Jabari is nice.
Yeah, that's solid numbers. And if you put him on a team that actually, if you put him on a team that actually prioritizes his development, he could easily be a guy that gives you about 18 and 8 a night.
But this is delusional take.
Listen, hold on. This is the footage. I put it on mute.
Turning our back on Kuminga, bro. We're gonna regret it.
Obviously, I think they're gonna you know what I'm saying? I don't want them to copyright me, but they probably still will. But anyway, they're gonna show the defense, and they just talk about how Jordy Fernandez, he only had a 26-win team, but they felt like around the league, teams respected them, like they had to compete versus them, even them being a 26-win team, and that's because of how they play defense. This was the film focus is about.
It was a lot of teams that was playing around with us.
Bro, we not talking about them, man. We talking about the Brooklyn Nets, man. Like, who cares about a lot of other teams, man?
I'm just telling you what they were doing.
Like, bro, I don't care, man. Look, they talk about the Brooklyn Nets. This is Nets film focus. They don't say a lot of other teams film focus. They say Nets film focus, man. We staying on topic. That's all we doing. Breaking down the Nets' best defensive plays. Like, bro, Jordy Fernandez is helping that, and that's why I said it wasn't a waste. Now, I ain't happy we got the 8th pick, but for him to build the culture that he did in one season, it's impressive. You know what I'm saying? He showed.
And what culture is that?
A defensive culture. A defensive culture. And he ain't really got a lot of offense.
We only have one good defensive month, bro. And that was February.
I'm not trying to debate with you, man. This is the soliloquy, man. When I hold on. When I call you out for a debate, you never want to debate. Let me finish my soliloquy without you ad-libbing, please.
Why are we taking leave? Come on, man. Are you serious?
Again, these are the defensive
fucking
plays.
go on up in here. It's foul.
bro, this is a whole video talking about defensive plays, and I'm talking about defensive plays, bro. I don't need you ad-libbing talking about fibbing, bro.
Why we
I'm
can't
just
have nothing
telling
nice?
how I see it.
Yo,
Right. So again, man, they showing the defensive effort. Now, this play they show over and over because they show Keon Johnson get to the corner all the way from half court. And they basically saying that's what Jordy Fernandez coach is. And again, to the point, you can't be on the floor and get minutes. Like Keon Johnson probably got in the starting lineup if he wasn't in the starting lineup after that play. Jordy Fernandez see something like that, he like, oh, all right, I see he listening. You know what I'm saying? He understand it now. You know what I
Breezy, you
mean?
have 5 podcasts where you said, listen, Jordi Fernandez said, if you're not playing defense, you'll be out of here. That was right before the trade deadline. Come
Exactly.
on, man.
He
Jordy
said that before.
Fernandez,
He said that before the season, actually.
Jordy Fernandez is showing them how to play defense, bro. Or he's committing to be in that style of.
You're talking like it's brand new thing. Come on, man. We know that.
Bro,
Everybody knows that.
I'm talking about what the footage says. Why y'all mad at me
yeah,
for
y'all,
putting up the
y'all,
footage?
y'all,
Like
y'all
what
need
are
to go to
y'all
sleep or
like what
something.
are
Y'all
y'all
need a
doing
nap.
right now,
Yo,
bro? I
y'all
put
need
up
to
the
wake up
footage that
refreshed,
say
bro.
Nets film focus, breaking
Yo,
down defense, and y'all they just dropped it today. I'm putting up new content to fans who probably just tapping in like, yo, I
right.
fuck with Big
Y'all gotta
Three.
remember, this is just
That's some
not for
like
y'all
Brooklyn
that's on
Net
the panel.
basketball
It's
content.
for fans. It's for fans
Right.
who don't
And we
know.
got you guys scoffing at the content, talking all of this ad-libbing and
I
all of
don't
that.
co-sign it, bro. It's just enough is enough,
Nah,
bro.
I'm
that's
with
what
the
y'all
shit.
doing, bro.
Dylan
This
come up.
is
Hold on. I don't want to cut you
bro.
off. Dylan come up here with the mock draft. Ain't nobody else doing no mock draft, but everybody got something to say.
Nah, not
Everybody got something to
everybody
complain
leave.
about. They
Yeah,
doing.
but you
They did a whole
complaining
defensive
about.
video. Niggas got something to
Listen,
complain about. Ain't
I
nobody here
respect the
doing a whole
content, bro.
defensive
Look,
video.
I respect the
You know what I
content
mean?
as always, bro. Like I throw super chats to every last one of y'all if I can, if y'all had it to give. But let's be honest. Like, come on, bro. We could do a whole lot better than 56 losses and some 8 minutes of good
You know
defensive
what? You
plays.
know what?
Bruh,
We could do a lot more
listen,
better with
listen,
content too,
you
bro. We
not
could do a
listening,
lot
bro.
more better with
Listen,
talking
hold
on the
on, time
panel
out.
too, bro. You know what I
Right,
mean?
listen. When Leaf, if you want to run point, you gotta do your own show on your page. You have to, bro. You can't steal a ball from me and try to run point just because you send super chats. I would respect and love your super chats, but that's not how it works. And on that, I will pull up to your page and show love. You already know what it is. Now I'm saying
Damn,
that
easy
today.
said we got best
Hold on. Let me
coach in
finish.
the league.
Let me finish my soliloquy, please, without any interruptions, please. And again, my point is, I'll be trying to go somewhere with this. Where I was trying to go
Argue.
this before I was interrupted, because of SL and Leaf, is that whoever we draft at or whoever we get, he's Jordy Fernandez is gonna he already has a defensive culture, and they're gonna have to follow suit. So they will be and then I wanted to pivot to the conversation. Do you think that Jordy Fernandez could take the player that we get drafted to be on the Brooklyn Nets into a two-way player? That's where I'll be trying to go somewhere with my conversation. I don't just be talking the talk. But y'all gotta stop cutting me off. That shit is annoying because I don't cut y'all off. I'll be like, hey, y'all rock. Don't tell me I don't, because I know I do. So again, that being said, man, just respect my handle, man. I run point. Leaf is a shooting guard. Ice, he run point. Notorious, he can play. You know what I'm saying? He run point, an energy guy. You know what I'm saying? Gary, he definitely on the wing, waiting
I'm
for the
okay with
ball.
being Cam
You know
Thomas
what I'm
and shit. You
saying?
like him
Yo,
anyway.
Gary, hold on. Gary waiting for the ball. Net Dillon, he like, yo, I deserve the ball, man. Pass me the goddamn ball. Jay, you know what I'm saying? Jay, you know what I'm saying? Because he got the mock trades. Nobody else ain't got no mock trades. Y'all see all the content that I do. I don't never do no mock trades. I might talk some trade shit, but that's why I like this page. You get different fans come here and they, you know what I mean? Talk basketball. So, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Shout to Jay. You already know what he bring to the panel. Shout to Easy. Definitely gonna troll me about something. You know what I'm saying? But Easy be talking basketball, man. or Easy gonna talk about the crusher and shit. Like, man, come
I
on,
like
man.
how he
Yeah,
put me in the Cam Thomas spot and being that's his favorite
you
player. I
nah, you
appreciate
definitely
it.
not Cam Thomas, man.
Well, why you put me at the two? Why you put me at the two guard then?
You like Alec Crabbe right now, man. Stop it,
Nigga
man.
said Alan Crabb. Alan Crabb ain't played the 2 on our team. Cam Thomas did. So I'm either Cam Thomas or Karis LeVert.
No,
Pick
hold on,
one.
Cam,
Caris
bro.
LeVert did.
All right,
They
I'll
said
take it.
Karis was going.
Karis LeVert had 50 on for our team, bro. I'll
Against
take it.
They said
Boston. Yeah.
they
Yeah,
said
and
Man, did
against
Karis
you ever
was
see
Boston.
going to
that
be.
Doug Norrie guy talking about that Karis
Oh.
LeVert is our dream signing for this
Yeah.
offseason? He trying to
I
reunite
seen
the
that.
old
Yeah, I
Nets.
did see that, Jay.
I was like,
That's
what
the
the?
greatest idea I've ever heard.
That is
Bring
the
him
worst idea
and
I've
Beal.
ever
Can we
heard.
get Jared Dudley
I
back in
seen
here?
that
Let's
shit.
get Dudley back in here.
That is the worst idea ever.
Well, he
It's
said
not-
Jared Allen and Karis LeVert. That's what he was
Bro,
trying to
so
say.
we turning our back on Kaminga
I
to go
thought it was a
resign
joke
that.
when he said it, but I
No,
think
bro,
he was dead
it's a
ass.
joke.
So
It's
we
a joke.
turning our back on Kaminga to resign this nigga, bro. Like after how many years ago? Like what? Almost 7 years since we last had him.
They're not bringing Levert back. All right, you can chill on that. Like,
Nah, I think it's over
I
with.
ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest with you. I just can't wait to this. Yo, I'm waiting. I can't wait to this season to the day before the next season, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you.
You see, Shams, I sent me the content. Shams was on a hot seat. He said, "Yo, this free agency, this offseason gonna be big, yada yada, whoop de whoop." And I really think that it is gonna be big. I just don't want them to rush Jordy Fernandez. It's his second year. Let him play and
Breezy,
develop a player, man.
Breezy,
Like,
they right.
Yeah, but we still got to get him some young talent, though.
Hold on. I don't want to miss the part of Jordy Fernandez's career where he gets to turn a player into a star, maybe even a superstar. I want to see him get a high draft pick. It could be either this year. It's not really this year. We'll see what happens. Oh, and then the next year, and see, because I do want us to get 2 high draft picks in a row. I do. I just don't think we got to lose to do it, because it seems like the teams that's winning is getting the best picks. I'm just saying. But
I'm just gonna do leave and say, listen, we don't fucks the one who have no patience, and we're gonna trade for a star. I just hate to see them Nick picks go. Like we have no patience. We died
I
down.
disagree with you. I disagree with that.
We're
I
not
don't
I
think
hope
playing
you're
that's
right.
What history
I
have we
disagree with
shown that
that.
we had patience?
Bro,
None.
what history has we shown we're winning? And the only thing, and I'm gonna start the stream
When
with
we
this.
traded for Jason
And
Kidd,
most likely Dylan was
when we
right.
traded for
We're gonna
Jason
trade
Kidd,
for
nigga,
John
that's the
Moran or
history we
somebody
showed
like
we was
that.
winning.
Hold on. And hold on, I gotta say this, bro. I gotta say this. And before I go, bro, the East not really looking. It's not looking strong, bro. Like, yeah, the Pacers doing their thing, but there's no. I don't think the Pacers spell dominance. Like a team like the Brooklyn Nets, a franchise, they probably look at the Eastern Conference like the Knicks could. The pace. First off, the Cleveland Cavaliers was the number 1 seed and it was beat. The champions was beat in the second round. Just those 2 facts right there tell
How
you,
often does that happen?
bro. I'm not talking about the odds, bro. Let me finish my soliloquy. I'm talking about right now, and that's part of it. You can't look at the odds. Because when it's right now, that's what basketball is. It's the fastest evolving sport right now. When you look at the Eastern Conference going into next season, seeing what happened with the past season in the playoffs, you're not looking at these teams like, yo, let me not make a move. Some of these stars going to try to pay up, align with that CBA contract and all of that. But Donovan tried to really win this season. For them to only be where they were and to lose to the Pacers was a failure of a season, basically. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, it don't work all the time. Milwaukee, they tried to add Dame, it didn't work. That's 2 times in the Eastern Conference. That's the Bucks and that's the Cavs built their teams to go to compete in the Eastern Conference and go far, and it didn't work. Orlando still got time. You can't say it didn't work with them. The Pacers have proved you need to keep them together some type of way. So I'm
What
saying,
about Atlanta, Toronto, like Charlotte can
Atlanta got something
I
to
wasn't
prove.
thinking about none of them teams, bro.
Atlanta got something to
skip
prove.
Detroit?
No, I'm
Atlanta
not. I
one
ain't get
piece
to
away
Detroit.
from being contender, to be honest.
Hold on,
You
I'm
put
not.
Giannis over there.
I didn't get to Detroit, but Atlanta, they definitely got something to prove. But they in a play development mode too, to an extent. they go in another stint with Trey Young, and they just got that rookie
They're
Zach.
looking a lot,
So
they're looking a
you
lot
know what
better
I'm
than
saying?
us right now.
Ricochet. But case in point is this is the Eastern Conference. These are the teams in the Eastern Conference. It's not looking like there's a lot of dominance. Like, yeah, Detroit is a strong team. I'm not gonna hold you, but you can see that some of that could be contingent on health, and then how strong are they because of health and just availability.
What
You know,
about
and not
Toronto?
We
contrast.
gotta
Hold
at
on,
least
hold
wait
on.
to
Come on, man.
training camp before we say that shit, bro.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna see what
I know.
happened in the offseason. I can't answer that Toronto. I don't know about Toronto, but what I'm saying is that just the East. It don't look like there's no dominant team where a team wouldn't try to form a team together and say, all right, let's see if we could get to the Eastern Conference Finals or get to the finals.
We're forgetting about Philadelphia at all. Like we're not even talking about them.
I'm not worried about
we
Philadelphia,
gotta
bro.
wait till at least a preseason to see what these teams look like before we start talking about who's dominant in the East and who's not. Because last time I checked, bro, we
Hell yeah.
wasn't. Because the last time I checked, the Nets as currently constructed, we ain't better than a lot of teams in the East neither. So I mean, listen, we got a long way to go, man,
But
before we
that's
figure
not
out this
our
puzzle.
no, but that's not the trajectory
That's
of the
not
NBA.
true,
That's not
right?
the point. The,
Yeah.
the
Name
Leaf,
five
trajectory,
teams
like,
we
the
like,
better than in the
trajectory,
East.
Leaf. Last
bro.
offseason, we
That's
were talking about
bro.
maybe
What are
we'll
you?
win in
Hold
19
on, bro.
games, and all of a sudden
Hold
we
on,
won
SL.
26 and ended
Bro,
up in,
SL,
in six. Come on, man.
bro. Why I
But how
even?
many teams in the
I
East were
even,
we better than?
bro. What are you even talking about? I'm not even talking about that. Bro, I'm not talking about teams that we better than. I didn't say nothing like that. All I'm saying is that we're in a player development situation. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that this team is trying to focus on who we draft and
Exactly. We didn't
how we
know
want
who
to
we had
develop
in
that play. And
Georgia.
that's why I pulled up
We
the
had the
film.
rookie coach.
Right. That's why I pulled up the film. So I don't know I don't even know where you're going with that. But this is where I'm going with the conversation. So basically, I feel like we got the cards on our side. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we play ball and we really develop this player into a 3-and-D player at minimum, and you know what I'm saying, depending on who we draft, we'll have that conversation. They're gonna see that
Right.
Jordy Fernandez could develop a player at 8. I think we do get a top 3 draft pick in that next draft. It's like whatever happened in this draft happened because of the Luka and the number 1 pick in Dallas.
Oh
So
my
I ain't
God.
even
I'm
going there.
laughing my ass. We
But
are
I
not
do
getting
think
no
we get a
top three
top 3
pick,
pick
bro.
next
No,
year.
we not.
Next year?
Like
If we
I don't even know how
if we
you I
play,
don't even know how you came up with that scenario just now, bro. I
because
really don't.
I'm trying to tell you, if we
You
have
telling
Jordy
me
Fernandez in
bullshit.
the
That's what you telling
situation,
me.
bro. If we have Jordy Fernandez in a situation, if he's playing, developing the same way he did those G League plays, it's not bullshit about what I'm saying. If he play and develop with those G League players like he did, if he continues to do that, and they see the progress in it, and they had a whole video, watch the video before you even say all of this. They talk about how that was going around the league about how he was playing develop players. If he does well with this 8th pick, I think that the NBA will see that and we'll get a top 3 pick. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you want to spew a bunch of negativity, then do that shit another time. I'm finna end the show right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Gary, shout to Notorious, shout to Easy, shout to Dylan, shout to This Is JTV, shout to Leaf, shout to SL, shout to Iceman. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Nets fans. We the best fans. And yeah, man, shout to the whole chat, man. I see y'all too, man. YB17, Player One, JP, Liberty, Easy, Heavy in the chat, funny as hell. Shout to all y'all, man. Nets fans is the best fans. Definitely gonna end the show, and y'all can find some of the content if y'all on the panel in the shorts. Y'all can hear, you know what I'm saying, different opinions about what happened in the show if y'all don't want to watch the entire show. And again, man, I appreciate all y'all, man. We one day closer to the draft. We will see what's going to happen. Gary said he's going to be there. Before I go to bed, I'm finna buy these tickets, man. Finna buy these tickets real soon. I'm going to buy at the end of this
Well,
week.
give me one
Even
too.
if
I
I
got
got,
you.
even if I got bad tickets, I'm going to be in a building. I'll be
Yo, get the
somewhere
tickets. We just go to the bar.
on the 3rd deck. Yeah, I go somewhere on the 3rd deck. You know what I'm saying? See if I
Nah,
know
get us in
somebody
the
that knows
building. I get us
somebody.
down closer, man.
Alright, see there it is, you know what I'm saying? We in there, you know what I mean? Definitely. Alright, so yeah, man, me and Gary and this is JTV, more than likely, God willing, we in the draft. That's my mama birthday. I'm definitely trying to be in there, you know what I'm saying? Word, rest in peace to her.
Word.
Yeah, man. And again,
If you're
man,
that
I appreciate
desperate,
all y'all,
I might
man. Thank
ask
y'all.
what's his name for corporate tickets, and if you don't need, I might slide that. So.
Nah,
I ain't
thank
gonna
y'all
lie.
for tuning
I
in.
gotta
Next
see what I
man.